Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into the press box at the historic Tomato Bowl here in downtown Jacksonville. Aaron Swink along with you for this Week 2 broadcast, and I'm joined up in the press box tonight by Ryan Travis, of course, our producer. And tonight also Ryan will be providing color commentary as our very own Matt Montgomery is a little bit under the weather. So, Matt, we know you're listening and watching and hope you get to feeling better soon. But, Ryan, welcome in. Glad to have you in the hot seat this week. It's Jacksonville and Whitehouse.
Yep.
And, of course, Jacksonville coming off kind of a, let's say, a tough start. Last week. Now, we say, Ryan, every year that first games are weird. That game in Sulphur Springs was really weird.
It was probably the definition of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really strange. I'm glad to be here. I mean, it kind of stinks that Matt, is sick and isn't able to be here. I think he said this is his third game to miss in like 41 years.
I think that's right.
Which is crazy in itself that he's literally only missed 3 games in that amount of time. But, yeah, I'm glad to be here. Hopefully everything goes well. First time doing color commentary, period.
Yeah.
So,
Ryan is
new experience.
You're wearing about 4 hats anyway already up here, and now we throw another one on you.
Yeah.
But you wear them well. Hey, but Jacksonville Whitehouse, of course, has been for a long time a district rivalry. And I made the comment on Facebook earlier today that these two teams have kind of just traded off dominating runs over the last 2 decades. In the 90s, in the early 2000s, it was all Jacksonville.
Yeah.
And then from about 2004 to 2014, exactly those 10 years, it was all Whitehouse. And it was right here where we finally were able to see the Indians break that streak in a downpour a few years back now. And we were talking earlier in the pregame group text, and I said, I wouldn't have minded if it kept raining. We're going to have, I think, great football weather tonight, but Jacksonville tends to play Whitehouse well in the rain. But Whitehouse also, Ryan, they've won the last 5 in this series. So if you're Jacksonville, first home game under Jason Holman, this is a big test.
It is, yeah. I feel like if you can't get up for Whitehouse, then who else this season are we going to get up for? Because, it's a big rivalry game, and it's one of those games that Jacksonville, if you come out of that game with a win, it could literally change the rest of your season. And meeting them game 2 outside of district this year is going to be a bit different, but still a must-win.
Yeah, so 5 in a row in the series for Whitehouse. And Jacksonville, this is one of those games, Ryan, where, when you look at non-district play, a lot of times you just say you want to find get your guys in the right place and figure out who you have. But this is a huge momentum game. for Jacksonville. If you snap another streak now, you've got a 5-year streak you're looking at. You snap that streak, and you take some momentum. This could really set this season up for Jacksonville in a positive trajectory. So I think you're going to see a little bit more in terms of kind of the fire and the passion that you'll see than you might in other non-district ball games. Like you said, if you can't get up for Whitehouse, you got to check your pulse. I mean, this is one of those games where there's just no love lost between these two. Let's just be honest.
Yeah, for sure. And Jacksonville the past 2 years 1-9 and 1-9, and last week didn't go the way that we were hoping for, but this could be the turning point that kind of gives us a spark and ignites things for the rest of the season. Because when you look at it, our schedule could kind of go either way, other than maybe 1 or 2 games in district, with Chapel Hill and Kilgore that are top 10 teams currently in the state.
That's
those
right.
guys, it'll be a tough test, both of those games. But this is one that if Jacksonville's able to pull out the win tonight, that could be a huge momentum swing for the rest of the season.
Yeah, that's right. And in order to do that, this Jacksonville offense is going to have to find a rhythm that they just didn't find last week.
Yeah, Brian McCowan he's doing a great job, but last week just not able to quite connect with his receivers in the way that he probably would have liked. I'd like to see a little more of Devin McEwen this week as well. I think last week he only caught maybe a couple balls there, and then he had that one Wildcat play that was about a 12-yard gain that ended up being huge. Offense is – I feel like maybe tonight if we can mix things up and maybe do a little things – in a tricky way compared to the way we normally do things, it might kind of throw Whitehouse off and be in our favor.
Well, talking to head coach Jason Holman in preseason, he talked about how his ideal offense for this team is to sort of mix in the run and keep the opposing, defense on their toes. And we didn't really see Jacksonville have the ability to do that last week. You didn't have a back with more than 41 yards. And then, of course, you had, pretty good shutdown defense in the secondary from Sulphur Springs on guys like Devin McEwen, who I think had 4 catches, no scores. But maybe a chance for Jacksonville to exploit a secondary that may be down a little bit tonight, Ryan.
Yeah, and I think maybe now is even a good time to take a look at the matchup, because when you look at the numbers from last week, they're actually pretty similar. I mean, Jacksonville, coming out with the loss against Silver Springs, and Whitehouse getting a win 47-30 over North Forney. But when you look at yards in terms of total yards for and total yards against from last week's contest, Jacksonville with 232 total offensive yards, Whitehouse with 322. But the yards against are pretty similar. Yards against for Jacksonville last week, 324, 179 of those coming on the ground rushing, and 145 of those through the air passing from Silver Springs. But then you look at Whitehouse, and they actually got outgained last week in a game that they won. 337 yards of total offense there for Whitehouse, 337 yards against for Whitehouse last week, 219 of those coming from the ground in the rushing game. North Forney, I don't know how good that their running backs are, but 219 rushing yards in a game's pretty solid. And then 118 of those coming from the pass. So I would think North Forney probably a run-heavy team, but still able to put some yards up.
Yeah, so if you're Jacksonville and you've seen those numbers and you've watched film on Whitehouse all week, you've got to I think, on paper. Now, games are not played and certainly not won on paper. But on paper and maybe even on film to a certain extent, you've got to like this matchup.
Yeah, for sure.
If you're Jacksonville. And then again, too, just to – and not to beat a dead horse here, but just the extra little bit that you get from the Whitehouse game. We've heard coaches talk about that for years here in Jacksonville, how that week, Whitehouse week in practice, tends to be one of the highest energy weeks of the season. I was not able to make it down to Happy Valley this week, but it would not surprise me to hear that there was a lot of excitement down there in Happy Valley, knowing that the Wildcats are coming in. I mean, we're talking about this is a rivalry or a series that has had some crazy swings, like we said, but some big moments. There was a guy named Mahomes you might have heard of.
Oh, I got to play against
him. Yes, you did. Who Jacksonville did well against, all things considered. But there have been some strange things. There was a former Whitehouse coach who will remain nameless, but he brought his team over to Tomato Bowl just minutes before kickoffs because the pregame atmosphere here used to be was so intimidating that Whitehouse would keep their team away as long as they could. So this is a rivalry that means something. It's a short, there's a short distance. You've had a lot of students and families go both ways to both schools. And so there's just a lot of familiarity. And, of course, as they say, Ryan, familiarity breeds contempt. So we'll see what Jacksonville and Whitehouse have in store for the next chapter tonight. Folks, a reminder, this part of our countdown to kickoff is brought to you by Micah Hoffpower and Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. Micah, of course, Jacksonville High School class of 1998, former Major League ball player as well. And if life throws you a curveball, he's the guy that knows how to hit it out of the park. If you need life insurance, home insurance, auto insurance, or batting lessons, Micah Hoffpower is your guy. I'm still working on my swing there, Micah, but I'm sure we can get an extra session in. So, hey, but Ryan, let's talk a little bit about the keys to the game that you and I were talking about in pregame.
For sure.
How can Jacksonville set the tone, and what do you think they need to do to come out of this ball game with a win?
Yeah, so one of the things that I like to throw out is about 3 keys to the game whenever I get to do the broadcast. Of course, I haven't done it with you in the past.
Yeah, but, you're usually filling in for me.
I know,
so
I'm
this
usually
is
filling in for you. So I do like to throw out a couple things. And, I feel like getting the first down is something that we harped on a lot in college. It was go out and set a tone, and you don't want to come off the field deflated after the first drive because
absolutely.
You went 3 and out. So getting the first down, I feel like, is huge tonight for Jacksonville in every game this season, as it always is. And that didn't happen last week, and you could tell a difference in the sideline for Jacksonville between that first kickoff and after the 3 and out last week. So getting the first down is definitely my first key to the game. Second is to get the ball to our playmakers. We've got guys like Devin McEwen, who we're going to highlight here in just a little bit, who are absolutely one of the best athletes to come through Jacksonville.
Yeah, there's no question about
no question about it. I mean, he's got the stats to back it up. And last week it was good to see him in a position where he's for sure getting the ball in that Wildcat scenario. And I think we only ended up running that like one time last week. And so it'd be nice to see maybe a little more of that this week, not necessarily just going Wildcat, but just something that gets him in the play if he's lined up at running back and they get a little screen pass to him or whatever it may be. Devin McEwen definitely, I feel like, is one that needs to have the ball as much as possible tonight. And, Coda Kennedy did a great job last week, too. He caught the touchdown pass. So just being able to get the ball to those guys and get down the field is going to be huge tonight.
Yeah, the more touches that you can get for those guys, however that happens, a deep ball to Coda or Devin, they're exciting, they're great. But, hey, if you just get those guys the ball, they're playmakers, right?
Oh, yeah.
So like you said, we may see Wildcat, we may see some of these shorter passing game.
And it doesn't have to be the long ball like we've seen the past couple of years to those guys. It just whatever we can do to get them the ball, because we know that if Ryan hits them with it, they're gonna bring it in.
Yeah.
And then my last one is to control what we can control. There is a slight chance of rain tonight. I think it's like 60% at kickoff, roughly, from what I saw earlier. So if it does rain, that's something that we can't control, and we can't let that affect us.
Right.
And we've got to be able to maintain our composure and our momentum no matter what happens.
Yeah.
I think last year was Ted Lasso was really big, and I said we needed to be a goldfish because goldfish have 10-second memories.
There you go.
And so whatever happens, that's always a good thing to look at is, okay, it's over. There's nothing we can do about it. We have to control what we can control, and we have to finish the game. So
yeah, and Ryan, a big part of that too, talking about what you can control. One of those things that specifically is the special teams game.
Yes, yeah.
We saw that get out of hand really for both teams last week. But the simple things are comparatively simple things, as I say that to the kicker, of kicking the extra points, kicking the short field goals, punting, hitting a good punt when you need one. Those fundamental things, when you have the opportunity to convert on those, we saw what happens when you don't.
Yeah.
And so I think, again, that's part of what we can control. Now, weird things happen. The ball is oblong and it bounces funny.
Oh yeah.
So some of that is maybe a little bit out of our control. But if you're Jacksonville, you do want to focus on your job, each man doing his job, and I think you're setting yourself up for a much better chance for a great ball game, folks. This part of our countdown to kickoff was sponsored by Micah Hoffpower and Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. Again, thanks to Micah, and he can handle all your insurance needs for life, for auto, for home insurance as well. And now, folks, it's time for smoke signals, and we're going to set that up to hear from Jacksonville head coach Jason Holman. And, of course, smoke signals is brought to you by All Smiles Dentistry. That's Dr. Larry Folden, Dr. Brad Westbrook, and Dr. Charlie Stocks. And they bring us all of our conversations with Coach Holman all year. And so now here in week 2, here's smoke signals.
Dr. Folden, Dr. Westbrook, Dr. Stocks, and their dental team at All Smiles provide a wide range of dental services. This includes cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, and cosmetic dental care. Call and schedule your appointment at 903-586-0741.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Smoke Signals, sponsored by All Smiles Dentistry. I'm not Matt Montgomery. I'm Lee Traylor, and I'm here with head football coach and athletic director Jason Holman. Coach, tough first week in Sulphur Springs. They got the win 21-6. Your overall thoughts on the game?
I thought we had plenty of opportunity to win the football game. And the biggest, I won't say question, but the biggest thing I wanted to see going into the game was, would we fight for 4 quarters? And coming out of the game, that I know that to be true. Our kids fought the entire time for 4 quarters. We had opportunities to win the football game. We just didn't get it done in the end. So we've got to figure out how to win in those situations and make good on opportunities.
Absolutely, and kind of indicative of that, your offense struggled in the first half, but really fought back in the second half, moved the ball well, and there were a few opportunities in the red zone that we couldn't punch in and take advantage of, and a field goal attempt that didn't go our way. But maybe just speak about some of the bright spots on offense and specifically how they turned it around in the second half.
Yeah, so it took us a little while to get moving. We never really established much continuity offensively. But there was a moment in the second half. We kicked off to them. We held them 3 and out, made them force the punt. And then we got the ground game going pretty good and got the ball all the way down to the 1 and could not get it in on 4th down. And, if we convert that play and we score at that point, there's no telling how the game ends up because momentum has swung to our side. And it just seemed like all night, every time we got a little bit of momentum, it canceled back against us, whether it was the block extra point later in the game after we scored, just too many peaks and valleys.
One of those peaks, your defense, I thought was a real bright spot, played really well. Specifically, the interior of your defensive line, Devarian Boyd and Caden Franklin, both had great games, and they really impacted the game. Maybe just kind of talk about your defense overall and maybe specifically those 2 players.
Yeah, I was pleased with the defense. We played too many snaps. When you look at it, time of possession, I believe they had the ball for 31 minutes, and we had the ball for about 16. So we've got to rectify that offensively. We've got to be able to sustain drives and keep the defense off the field and play complementary football. And turn defensively, we got to get the ball in the offense's hands. So, I was pleased defensively with our effort. There were some times where too many third and longs where we gave up first downs where we could have gotten off the field and maybe given our offense more opportunities, and we got to learn how to make good on those. But all in all, we did, I think, defensively what we needed to do to win the football game.
And you mentioned a few of these already, but some of the critical factors of the game: time of possession, you already mentioned 31 minutes to 16 minutes, turnovers 3-1 in favor of Sulphur Springs. And last week on Smoke Signals, you talked about the importance of turnovers and the kicking game. You mentioned the block extra point that they returned for a 2-point conversion that really swung the momentum in the game.
Yep.
So those factors really seem to kind of decide the outcome, meaning time of possession, turnovers, and the kicking game.
Almost every time you're in a close football game, it's going to come down to those two factors, and we didn't take care of the football. Although the turnovers, were on fourth down plays. I believe twice they got interceptions on fourth down, and honestly kind of did us a favor by catching it because they lost yardage from where they would have started. But yeah, we want to take care of the football and keep it in our hands and keep it away from them, and we've got to improve in that area. And then in the kicking game, although some phases we executed pretty well. I know Davey Smith had like a 53-yard punt, which was a big swing and change of field position. But, the blocked extra point was a big factor. And, again, it was another one of those momentum-changing type plays that we want to avoid, and we want to be able to produce those on our side, not for the opponent.
Of course. Well, even though the outcome wasn't what you wanted, there were still some big plays, some positive plays. So let's take a look at some of the highlights from last week versus Sulphur Springs. This first one, big defensive play is Devin gets a tackle for loss on a 4th and 1.
Yeah, this was really big because, they're down there in scoring position. They chose to go for it rather than kick, and Devin made a great play.
Yeah, and speaking of Devin, here's a great couple of moves to pick up 23 yards.
Just an explosive player, make somebody miss, and turned a short pass into a 23-yarder.
Another big defensive play here as Carson Shoemaker and Michael Miles get the sack.
So you see Devarian Boyd and Caden Franklin both disrupted it, and the linebackers cleaned it up.
And here's some of that hard running that you mentioned. Joylan Kennedy here for 16 yards, breaking multiple tackles.
That was the start of the second half, and on that drive after we forced a 3 and out.
And then finally the play of the game as Ryan hits Coda after he gets past the defense for a 43-yard touchdown.
Yeah, they'd been on top of us pretty much all night long and playing really deep. And I think respected our deep capabilities, and that time we managed to get behind them, made good on it.
Absolutely. So looking to this week's opponent, a huge rival for Jacksonville, Whitehouse, as the Wildcats come into this Maida Bowl. I know that they have a dual-threat quarterback. I know they've got a good running back as well, so their running game is good. But what do they specifically try to do on offense?
So they're very balanced with their attack. I mean, they were right at within, I believe, like 2 plays after we broke down 2 scrimmages in the game, within 2 plays, one way or the other, of being 50-50 run-pass. So clearly they want to be balanced. They do a good job running the football. They'll run early downs. They like to run and get themselves in favorable field position or down and distance situations so they can convert first downs. We've got to do a really good job of controlling both the running back and the quarterback. Both of them are threats. They run some read game where they'll pull it and try to outflank you if you're not disciplined and staying at home. So that's going to be a big key. And then in addition, they've got a good receiving corps, specifically 2 wideouts that are tall and long, and they'll go up and catch a ball, and they're not afraid to throw it down the field. So we've got to make sure that we limit their big play capability and just make them drive the football and punch away and not give up big chunks of yardage.
And defensively, what kind of scheme do they run? What will we need to do on offense to attack their defensive scheme?
They're very aggressive defensively. Run a lot of man. They'll be up in your face, pressing. We feel like it's an opportunity to run the football because anytime a team plays a lot of man, if you can get them turning and chasing men, then that's less eyes that are on the football. If we can break through the first level, then we have an opportunity for some big running plays. Obviously, we're going to have to throw it as well, so we're going to have to be able to get off press and get open and make good of opportunities when we throw the football.
And then finally, what are the keys to the game to get the victory in your home opener against Whitehouse?
Well, we've got to keep our emotion. It's going to be exciting. There's no doubt. We're playing a rival. Kids need to be excited. We talk about playing with emotion, but not being emotional. not overreacting. We don't want the game to be like an emotional roller coaster where we're up and we're down, we're up and we're down. We want to be even keeled. We want to keep our mind and our focus on winning the next play, whether it be offensively, defensively, or in the kicking game, doesn't matter. We just want to have that, next play mindset. And we preach to the kids all the time, if they'll do that, and they'll keep their focus in that regard, and you're never worried about the outcome. Your focus is always on what you're doing next, and that's where it needs to be every time. So if we can do that and take care of the football, and, once again, I feel like we have an edge in the kicking game, to be honest with you. They've got some things, some problems that they're going to have to clean up. And we do too, but theirs were a little more glaring than ours coming out of the first game. So that, to me, gives us an advantage right away. If we can make good on the kicking game portion, that will also help, in terms of winning the football game.
Once again, thank you for tuning in on jhs-sports.com. Stay tuned in for kickoff from the historic Tomato Bowl at 7:30. For head football coach and athletic director Jason Holman, I'm Lee Traylor, and we'll see you next time right here on Smoke Signal.
Dr. Folden, Dr. Westbrook, Dr. Stocks, and their dental team at All Smiles provide a wide range of dental services. This includes cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, and cosmetic dental care. Call and schedule your appointment at 903-586-0741.
Bill McRae Ford has been serving East Texans since 1976. They can help you find the best deal on a used car, or if you're ready to purchase something new. Open Monday through Saturday. Bill McRae Ford. Come see us.
Congratulations is Jacksonville's source for a full line of awards and engraving services. But we don't stop there. You'll want to check out our examples of creative personalized gifts too. Congratulations also serves East Texas as a promotional products dealer. We are passionate about sourcing just the right items. With our laser capabilities, we can also design and install acrylic signage or graphics. Want to see samples of our work? Go no further than the Tomato Bowl entry. We're especially proud of the arrowheads. Visit Congratulations Showroom or website soon, and let's make something amazing together.
Since 1953, Hubert Glass Oil has been serving East Texans the finest automotive fuels and lubricants. Hubert Glass Oil Company, the clear solution for your business.
The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich is delicious. It's got that barbecue flavor, the cheese melts on top with that Texas toast. You look at it, your mouth starts watering. It's my go-to sandwich. The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich, that's my all-time favorite.
Hi, I'm Matt Montgomery. For the past 37 years, I've been helping people just like you get their financial ducks in a row. I'm a registered investment advisor and chartered financial consultant. We do portfolio management and comprehensive financial planning. Give me a call for a free consultation.
Gene Brumlow, class of 66, and his daughter Ann Farmer proudly support Jacksonville athletics. Come on over to the South Jackson Dairy Queen and get one of their world-famous blizzards. Dairy Queen, where happy tastes good.
Tonight's game statistics are sponsored by Randy Gorham, CPA. Randy Gorham, CPA, the source for your accounting and income tax needs since 1984. Since 2004, Legends Old Time Burger Cafe has been the home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburgers. Hand-battered chicken strips, chicken fried steak, fries, and onion rings are the best around. Legends, home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburger.
And we're back live at the historic Tomato Bowl, downtown Jacksonville. Glad you're with us on jhs-sports.com. Aaron Swink and Ryan Travis here with you as we get ready for Week 2 action, Jacksonville and Whitehouse. And Ryan, you can hear the Fighting Indian Band playing the school song down there. Just looking down, lots of folks on the field tonight. The Little Charmers are out there and the Little Indians, and got a message from my aunt earlier. Got some little cousins out there, Jackson and Olivia Lewis down there. Got to give them a shout out.
And they're supposed to run out before the team does.
Yeah, correct? Yeah. That's the guys are going to do that, I think.
I'm sure that's exciting.
Yeah, that would be. Of course, I'd be worried about tripping in front of the whole stadium, and the nerves would would be a little high. I mean, just like I think they got to be for everybody when you run out on the Tomato Bowl. You can speak to that. I mean, there's an electricity here, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I had a chance to watch again the video of the book tour that came. Hunter Taylor, I believe, was the gentleman's name who wrote the book about Jeff Traylor and Coach Coleman and all those guys. And of course, they were here back in July. Had a chance to watch that video again this week. It was fantastic. But the author, he says this is like Fenway Park for high school football. I mean, there's just an aura about it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, there is definitely something special about the Tomato Bowl.
Yeah, there is, and especially when Whitehouse comes to town. And hey, Ryan, you got to hope that momentum or that sort of aura will energize, especially the Fighting Indian defense tonight. Defensively last week, of course, giving up 21 points to Sulphur Springs. Not the worst performance you can have by any stretch, but Jacksonville's really got to nail down, that defensive side of the game and maybe steal a couple extra possessions here tonight.
Yeah, that would be huge. I mean, I looked at the stats for Whitehouse when I was making that graphic earlier, and Whitehouse last week had no penalties and no turnovers for that game.
Yeah.
I think they recovered one, and North Forney had like 9 penalties for 90 yards, I think, was what it came out to. But no penalties and no turnovers for Whitehouse last week, and we're going to have to create a couple of those.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Of course, Jacksonville turned it over a few times last week. Of course, Ryan McCown with the 3 picks. You've got to create, obviously, turnovers and then avoid them on the other side. Now, that sounds cliche, but how many times have we heard coaches say if you win the turnover battle, generally speaking, you win the ball game?
I mean, I think every coach says that at some point because it is true. I mean, the turnover battle, extra possessions in the game are huge.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're able to hold on to the ball and create a couple turnovers, I mean, that may give you another 2 opportunities to score that you wouldn't have normally had, and that is huge in a football game.
Yeah, and we've seen Jacksonville do best in games where they get those extra possessions, whether that is an interception, you get a fumble, or use the kicking game.
Yeah.
We've seen over the last few seasons, we've seen sort of these sort of pop-up kicks, kind of the hybrid, not really a true onside kick. And we've seen those a few times, but there are ways to steal possessions in the kicking game as well. And you got to think if you're Jacksonville, knowing that you're up against a team tonight in Whitehouse who did a pretty good job holding on to the ball, it sounds like, last week, you're gonna do what you can to create those possessions and to give yourself then more opportunities, like we were talking about in the first half of the show, to then put the ball in the hands of your playmakers.
For sure.
So however you extend your possessions, you'll want to do that when you've got a guy like Devin McEwen. And Ryan, I know that you had wanted to spotlight Devin, and he's definitely one to do that. Let's break down just a little bit the senior UTSA, talking about Coach Jeff Traylor. He's getting a good one in Devin McEwen.
He is, yeah. Devin McEwen has the school records for both receptions in a game and in a season, 14 in a game and 63 last season. That was pretty cool. I know I watched back the end of one of the games. It may have been the last game last year, and that was one thing that they were trying to do was get him that record for receptions in the season. That's something that no one can ever take away from him. If nothing else were to happen, he's got that, which is super cool. And I think he's really close to breaking the all-time record anyway, isn't he, for Jacksonville?
He's looking at, I think, probably about 40 catches right now. Don't quote me on that, but somewhere in that neighborhood after his 4 last week.
That's something Matt would probably know off the top of his head, honestly.
We'll get a text here, and we'll let everybody
sure.
we'll let everybody know.
I'm sure
We really are missing Matt Montgomery here tonight.
Definitely. So Devin is committed to UTSA. He committed on June 15th. And he's also a standout in basketball. And I got to do some of those games with Lee Traylor last year, and that was a ton of fun.
Yeah. You got a guy that he's just an athlete. I mean, he's just so much fun to watch with the ball in his hand and just the moves he can put on players. We saw in Smoke Signals, the catch that he made, one of only 4, but the one that Lee was highlighting with Coach Holman, the move that he put on that defender. I mean, it's one of those you got to pick your jaw up off the ground, and the defender's probably got to pick up his his shoes and his chin strap and everything else.
Yeah, I mean, Devin is great at making something out of nothing.
Yeah.
Like if he's trapped, it seems like he's trapped anyway, on the side, like pinned on the sideline, whatever it may be, he somehow finds a way out of it and is able to run down the sideline and pick up some yards, maybe score a touchdown, whatever that may be. He's a playmaker.
That's absolutely right. And he's also a big leader for this team. Talking to Coach Holman, he was talking about the way Devin approaches the game, playing both ways.
Yeah,
he doesn't want to come out.
No.
I mean, there are times that he has to, but if you leave it up to him, he wants to stay in.
I think that says something about the character of Devin McEwen.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. And that's the type of thing that you want in a senior player. And you also, if you're Coach Traylor and the staff there at UTSA, you love to see that. You love knowing you're getting a guy who will do what it takes. Coach Traylor talks about the 210 triangle of toughness there in San Antonio. Yeah. You talk about toughness, it's Devin McEwen.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I completely agree with that. I think we're getting close here to kickoff.
Yeah,
against Whitehouse. That's exciting.
Jacksonville and Whitehouse, and the closer you get to kickoff in this game, the more the nerves get going. If Ryan starts sort of jumping up and down here, I mean, you've had to do that. You've had to get up for these games on the field here at Tomato Bowl, and I mean, of course, those were district ball games, which adds another layer. But would you say that, looking at the seasons that you played, was that one of the bigger games every year, one of the games that you sort of looked forward to the most?
I think so, yeah. Whitehouse isn't that far away from us to begin with.
Right.
So that definitely kind of creates some sort of rivalry there just in itself.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I played against Patrick Mahomes in high school, which is saying something because the guy is just unreal.
Yeah.
Some of the things that he was able to do are just – it seems like he's not human a lot of the time.
And he's a guy – he just seems to find another level all the time.
Yeah,
like
all the
you think,
time.
okay, there's no way he can do anything else more sensational than we've already seen. And it's just, watch this. And he does, he just does something that just
for sure
is unbelievable. And, we saw glimpses of it when he was in Whitehouse, but he's continued to build. And he was great at Whitehouse. He is now one of the, for my money, one of the best quarterbacks to ever play the game at the NFL level, and that's saying something.
It is.
He's not been in the league that long.
I know it is saying something, and he is definitely the face of the NFL right now. I would say.
Yeah.
I mean, that in itself, I feel like was something that we got up for, was just to go and try to take down Patrick Mahomes.
Sure.
Because I mean, he's a local legend at this point.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It was one of those games that you always knew you were going to show up and it was going to be a dogfight.
Yeah.
Because it's Whitehouse.
Well, and then going back, we talked about this, but going back before that, then to the 90s and the early 2000s, when Jacksonville was on, the rise or the ascendancy in the rivalry, and you have these huge swings. I mean, now we're sitting here looking at the last 5 years, Whitehouse dominating, and
tonight's a good chance to turn that around in Jacksonville.
Yeah, I mean, and you do it at home.
Yeah.
I mean, Jacksonville's still looking for, not too many wins under the belt here since the renovation at Tomato Bowl, but this could be a big one. Of course, now it's a non-district ball game, but in terms of how much it matters to Jacksonville, especially in the context of this season, you're in a new district, which everybody's calling the District of Doom, and everything else. And so, obviously, the Whitehouse is now playing down because, of course, they're still in the old 5A district. But so you punch up a little bit, get a win here, and you set yourself, in pretty good stead, I think, going forward if you're Jacksonville. And you're going to have to do that because there are some people in this district that are already turning it. I mean, there's 2 top 10 teams. We've talked about this.
Yeah.
Chapel Hill and Kilgore. And talking about, and this is, I think, our third Jeff Traylor reference, but at Jeff Traylor Stadium, we love Coach Traylor, by the way, around here. But at Jeff Traylor Stadium in Gilmer tonight, how about Kilgore and Gilmer after Kilgore played Carthage last week? Boy, they don't take a week off, Kilgore.
They really don't. Yeah, it is crazy. It seems I haven't looked at the rest of their schedule, but that's a heck of a way to start the beginning of the season.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Looks like Jacksonville is about to run out, so we'll flip around here.
Flip it around, yeah. Thanks for being with us for this part of our countdown to kickoff. Has been brought to you by the South Jackson Dairy Queen. That's our friends Gene Brumelo, class of 67, and his daughter, Ann Brumelo Farmer, Ann's class of 2006. If you need a blizzard or a banana split, you got to love blizzards. They just dropped the fall lineup. You get the pumpkin pie blizzard. Go see Gene and Ann and their crew there at the South Jackson Dairy Queen. And we'd like to thank them again for all their support and sponsorship of Fighting Indian football. We'll flip it around and get ready to go for Jacksonville and Whitehouse in week 2. Oh, perfect timing.
Iconic red rock and a J made of flame. It is the season of fall and football in the Lone Star State. It is where legends are born and perseverance reigns supreme. It is where a proud city comes to cheer its Indians to victory. It is Friday night in the historic Tomato Bowl.
And here comes the Tribe, Jacksonville, getting ready to go here in week 2 against the Whitehouse Wildcats. Jacksonville all in blue for the first time this season at home as they make their way to midfield. And, of course, the defining factor in the Jacksonville uniform this season, those helmets with the metallic gold spear and stripe. Big change from last season, but a good look for the Fighting Indians, and they will hope that the new look brings them a good result here against local rivals Whitehouse. We get ready for the Jacksonville Fighting Indian Band to play our national anthem, the band under the direction of Mr. Donnie Barrier. We will listen in. The Jacksonville Fighting Indian Band with the national anthem as we get closer to kickoff here in week 2 between the Fighting Indians of Jacksonville and the Whitehouse Wildcats. The Wildcats 1-0 on the year after season opening win against the Falcons of North Forney last week. Jacksonville 0-1, falling 21-6 to the Wildcats of Sulphur Springs. So the drill teams and for Jacksonville, the Little Charmers as well, making their way off the field as the captains get ready to make their way to midfield for the coin toss. Captains for the Fighting Indians, Hagan Ray, Coda Kennedy, and Devin McEwen. And, of course, Jacksonville, as has become tradition, the rest of the team has made their way out onto the field as well with arms locked. And, Ryan, that's a good look of solidarity with the team. I like to see them do that.
Oh, yeah. Always good. I like how that they walk out to the top of the numbers as well.
Yeah. Yeah, good to see that kind of just that togetherness and that readiness. I mean, it sends the message that, the whole team is locked in and they're ready to go. Certainly hope that will be the case here. It is Jacksonville and Whitehouse. The historic Tomato Bowl looks like Jacksonville will be getting the ball to get things started. And so, Ryan, we talked about in the pregame countdown to kickoff that Jacksonville would be wanting to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, and they'll have a chance to do it right out of the gate here.
That they will. We'll see what they decide they're going to start with tonight.
Yeah, we talked about the offense that Coach Holman wants to run is one that he wants it to be balanced, but we'll see how they approach it. Could see a big ball early. You got guys like Coda Kennedy and Devin McEwen. You never know.
Yeah, and if the things I've heard about the Whitehouse secondary from a couple sources this week are true, that may be a good way to just kick off the game is try to go deep.
See if you can pick on them a little bit. So Devin McEwen will drop back deep, and he will be joined by Jermaine Taylor. So two guys back deep, Ryan, that I wouldn't want to kick to.
Yeah, I guess we'll see what Whitehouse does here.
Yeah.
Will they go deep to Devin or Jermaine?
They may also try the sort of pop-up kick. We talked about Jacksonville having some success with that in terms of creating extra possessions. We'll see what Whitehouse chooses to do.
I would think with Devin and Jermaine back deep, we're going to see a short kick here.
Glad you're with us on JHS-sports.com. It's Jacksonville and Whitehouse, and we are underway here at Tomato Bowl. It is a short kick to the far side, caught cleanly, and lots of running room now, bringing it back to the near side.
Coda Kennedy.
And Kennedy out near the 40.
Great return there from Coda Kennedy.
Yeah, so talk about good field position, Ryan, to get started here for Jacksonville.
Yeah, good to see some positive things here from the kickoff.
Well, that's the other thing, talking about how do you get playmakers the ball. Well, if you put two back deep and you put one on the next row, they got to kick it to somebody that we know can make a play. And that is what Coda Kennedy was able to do. Got some nice blocks there as well.
That he did, and we'll see Jacksonville start here from their own 40.
So shotgun look, H-back left side for Ryan McCowan. Now man in motion, McCowan going to fake and keep it himself. He's got room to run around right in. He's into Whitehouse territory and finally pushed out at about the 42, but not before he picks up the first. Bill McCray Ford, first down. You said it, key to the game right there, Ryan.
Right there. Get the first down. Ryan McCowan making a huge play with his feet there. I'm not sure that was a designed quarterback run. It looked like maybe something went awry, and he made a play, and a heck of a play that he just made.
So now Jacksonville, man in motion again, this time inside pitch play, and out over the 30. And how about another Bill McCray Ford first down for the Fighting Indians?
Great start here for the Indians. Getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Ryan McCowan, one of those playmakers at quarterback with a huge run to start and then a little pitch to Devin McEwen. deep into Whitehouse territory now, down to the 29.
So Jacksonville driving here. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Pitch play right side. And Jacksonville, just like that, in the red zone.
Great run there from Jaden Boyd.
Tell you what, Jaden Boyd is a guy, too, that he can move for a guy his size.
He can. Jacksonville just coming up short of the first down there. It'll be 2nd and 1 from the Whitehouse 20.
Yeah, you get Jaden Boyd moving and running downhill, and he's a handful. So now McCowan will fire a swing pass out to Boyd. He's got it, and he's got the Bill McCray Ford first down this time.
I think that's Joellen Kennedy.
We'll check that.
Is that right?
Yes. Yeah, good spot, guys. You're right. That's Joellen Kennedy, his first catch of the ball game, and he's got the Bill McCray Ford first down. So
a number of players getting the ball here early for Jacksonville, spreading it around to start the game.
2 Indians receivers right, 1 left for McCowan. Is McCowan going to keep this time running right? He's got nowhere to go, though, and he's slung down by 2 Wildcats. Just tried to stretch the play that time, Ryan. Nothing doing.
Yeah, Ladarius Pitts coming off that left side for Whitehouse. There was just no room over there for McCowan to run.
But early here, you got to like the variety that you're seeing from Jacksonville, Ryan.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you start off with Ryan running. You get – there's a penalty.
Yeah, flag on the play. That one came in late, I think. We'll see if we can get the call here. But
yeah, I mean, Jacksonville switching it up. I mean, we're seeing lots of guys touching the ball right now. Ryan McCowan, Devin McEwen, Jaden Boyd.
And Kennedy already.
Joellen Kennedy with that ball. And then Ryan trying to make something happen there, but just kind of running out of room. See what this penalty is.
I think we'll get the call here from – and there you hear it, an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against Jacksonville, and that's just one of those disciplines.
No, penalty on Whitehouse as well. They offset. Wow. Interesting turn of events there. We thought
so. Sorry, I was
that penalty on Jacksonville.
Yeah,
was talking
over. I was talking over the second penalty there. Todd, you spotted that. What was the call on Whitehouse? I'm sorry, I was just talking right over it.
It was unsportsmanlike conduct.
There you go. So offsetting unsportsmanlike conduct plays, or penalties rather.
Devin McEwen in the Wildcat there.
He handed off to
Jermaine Taylor.
Yeah, they were bringing Taylor in around there. He gets a few.
You know, I mentioned before the game, I think Jacksonville's going to have to come out and do some tricky stuff. Maybe stuff they maybe didn't try last week. Maybe stuff they haven't really done much of in the past. And that seems to be kind of what's going on here. I mean, I don't know that we've seen the same look from any of these plays so far on this first drive.
I think you're right, Ryan. And now Jacksonville going to go to a 2-by-2 look with the receivers. McCowan rolling right, looking to throw, putting up a deep ball, but it's going to fall just short, and it was not quite deep enough. He would like that one to end up in the end zone. Instead, it almost ended up in the arms of a Wildcat.
Yeah, Ryan? Kind of a dangerous ball there from Ryan McCowan. I mean, there were 3 guys over there on Devin McEwen towards the end zone, and it just needed a little more on it. It was kind of more of a direct ball instead of giving it a little height where Devin could run under it, and just lucky that it was not intercepted there by the Whitehouse defender.
So that'll bring up a 4th down. Jacksonville looks to keep the offense on the field. 2-by-2 go the receivers. McCowan drops back. He's got some time. He sets. He fires into the end zone. A flag comes in. That's got to be interference on Whitehouse, don't you think, Ryan?
I would think so, yeah. I mean, Ryan looking for Jermaine over there in the corner of the end zone, and it looked like there was some pulling there from the Whitehouse defenders, a little grabbing. I guess we'll see what the penalty is, but I would think that would be a pass interference.
Yeah, and I think that would move the chains, I believe, or would it be yardage?
If it's pass interference, it's an automatic first down.
That's right. That was my thought. We'll see, though. There's still some conversation, but now it looks like Whitehouse is moving back, so still some conversation going among the officials. So we'll see exactly what the call is here. Suppose it's possible the contact came from Jacksonville's receiver.
No,
but
it looks like they're headed that way.
Yeah,
so.
that's the call as interference on Whitehouse. Just took him a while to make the call there, so that is a first down.
That's huge for Jacksonville. Fourth down, potentially an incompletion, but you get that big pass interference, and that's going to set him up inside the 10 down to about the 6-yard line.
See a heavy package coming in. Jacksonville looking set to run, but we'll have a timeout on the field. And we'll take that short break with them, Ryan, and come back for more Fighting Indian football here on JHS-sports.com.
Community is not just a place. It's not just people who live nearby or the name on a city limit sign. No, community is pride. It's support. It's showing up when you're needed without being asked. Community is knowing that you're not alone. It's sharing burdens and successes. Community is beautiful, and community is strong. We've been a community bank for over 100 years, and we've never been more proud to be a part of this community. Austin Bank.
And we're back live at the historic Tomato Bowl downtown Jacksonville. The Fighting Indians driving straight ahead.
Looks like Jaden Boyd with the direct snap there.
Yeah. Looking for the end zone. It'll be just short, but knocking on the door now, Ryan.
That they are. That'll bring up about 2nd and 1, it looks like. And looks like heavy package still in for Jacksonville. And I'm not even really sure who's getting the ball. I guess Jaden Boyd again.
It looks like Boyd with a direct
and
snap
it looks like
straight ahead. And he's in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Jaden Boyd.
I'm liking this play calling to start this game. It's much different than what we saw from Jacksonville last week.
Yeah, well, sometimes you got to mix things up. And when we talked about Jacksonville having a hard time finding a rhythm last week, well, how's that for rhythm on the first drive? The first score. So now the extra point attempt, which is brought to you by our friends at Neighbors Coffee. The snap, the hold is good. The kick is up and good. So with 8:28 to go here, first quarter, now our score, Jacksonville 7, Whitehouse nothing. We'll take a short break and come back. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Special thanks to the Jacksonville Education Foundation for everything that they do for Jacksonville teachers and students. For more information, please visit jisdfoundation.org.
Dr. Darwin Dar and his staff at Dar Chiropractic specialize in family chiropractic care, exercise rehab, digital x-rays, nutrition and weight loss programs, decompression, and chiropractic wellness care. Located down the street from the Tomato Bowl, Dar Chiropractic. They can help you feel better.
150 years. A lot happens to a town in that amount of time. And that's reason to celebrate. Join us Saturday, October 22nd, and invite your friends, family, and neighbors to come home, come downtown, and come together to celebrate Jacksonville's 150th birthday.
And we're back live. 8:28 to go, first quarter. Jacksonville strikes first. Fighting Indians up 7-0 with the first Fighting Indian scoring drive summary of the evening. We'll bring in Todd Travis. Todd?
It was a 9-play drive, covered 60 yards, ending with a touchdown, putting the Indians up 7-0.
Yeah, that power package that we saw in that last play, Matt Montgomery let us know that the Fighting Indians put that in on Monday in practice this week. Coach Holman said after getting stopped at the 1 last week, not going to let that happen again. And
kickoff there from Jordan Cabrera.
Yeah,
popped over to the right.
Yeah, fair catch. And Coach Holman obviously not wanting to get stopped on a goal line situation again. He puts that package in, and boy, did they execute it, Ryan.
They did. Yeah, it only took 2 plays there from Jaden Boyd to get in, and that's huge.
Boy,
great way to start the game.
We were just talking in the break. That entire drive looked
so much different.
In a so much different in a good way than any way the Jacksonville tried to attack last week. So first play from scrimmage for Whitehouse is the direct handoff straight ahead.
Yeah, Josh Green in for quarterback and for Whitehouse.
Yeah, and one of Green's targets to watch is going to be McCoy. Jermod McCoy wears number 0. He's a Tulane commit, so he's a wide receiver to watch. As Green drops back, looks right, throws right, and incomplete.
Looking for Jermod McCoy, just as you said that. Little high there from Green.
Yeah, the Indians will want to try to get pressure on him. If those two, I have a feeling, if those two can hook up, they can do some damage as they did last week against North Forney. Trips right, 1 left, go the receivers. Whistles blow this play dead.
Looks like it going to be a false start on Whitehouse. That'll back them up and bring up 3rd and 11, it looks like.
So the Jacksonville defense with a first chance for a big stop here. Coach Holman talked about this defense. They want to be known as the War Party. They want 11 hats going after the ball as often as possible. We'll see if they can come together for a stop here. Green under pressure. He's going to flip a screen pass. Got all kinds of room to run out there. Jacksonville is absolutely burned in the secondary that time as the Wildcats make their way over the 50 for a huge first down. So the first opportunity for a stop for the Jacksonville defense. Unfortunately, Whitehouse found a hole, Ryan.
He did. DeCarlton Wilson on the reception there, putting some moves across the field there to find some space and pick up the first down.
Yeah, Green flips this one out to the right for first down yardage again. So 2 plays in a row, 2 big first downs, and Whitehouse on the move.
Was that Jermod McCoy?
Yeah, it looked like
on that play.
It looked like McCoy out there wide right. So ball on the Jacksonville 24-yard line, and this time big contact on that far sideline on the quarterback Green. Be able to see who made that hit, Ryan.
I think there were 2 of them, and I'm not 100% sure who was over there, but great defense there from Jacksonville. Should bring up 2nd and 10. It looked like Green got back to the marker there.
He's got 2 backs with him now. He's going to move one out to the left. Watch the swing pass, and it's knocked down at the line. Nothing doing on the swing pass.
Devarian Boyd just busting through the line there, able to swat that ball away on the little swing pass that Green was looking for, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 10. Jacksonville's defense playing well apart from those 2 plays. We've gotten to a couple 3rd downs here. We just need to convert on one.
Green turns, looks, fires to his left, overthrows his man, incomplete. So that'll bring up a 4th down.
There was a flag.
Late
came in. It looked like one of the guys on Jacksonville's line moved a little bit there right before the snap. So yeah, Jacksonville probably going to get hit with an offsides penalty here.
That's the call. Good spot, Ryan.
That'll bring up 3rd and 5.
So 6:50 and counting here first quarter. Jacksonville leading Whitehouse 7-0. If you're just joining us, a little pitch straight ahead to the back, and he'll pick up a couple. That is Ivan Lacey, the back.
Ivan Lacey doing a good job running the ball here for Whitehouse to start this game. It's going to bring up a 4th and 1. Looks like he was just short there.
So let's see if the Indian defense can hold here as the Whitehouse offense stays on the field. You got to look for Lacey again here. Straight ahead he goes.
Yeah, they just switched out Lacey for Mikovich Hall, it looks like.
That good spot.
Hall doing some good hard running there for Whitehouse, getting up through the line. Should be a first down. There is a whistle. Looks like there's a flag down about the 20-yard line.
Yeah, looks like face mask on the Indians, the call.
Face mask on the Indians. That'll put Whitehouse down to the 12.
Yeah, so for a quarter that started so positively for Jacksonville, Whitehouse has come back the other way and marching down. And now Green going to keep and run up the middle, and he'll score. Touchdown, Whitehouse.
Yeah, penalties kind of killing Jacksonville on this drive. You know that Whitehouse kind of had the same thing on their drive. They had that big pass interference there on a 4th down, and Jacksonville, a couple penalties kind of cost them some field position here on this drive, and Whitehouse looking to even it up with an extra point.
Extra point would bring it level. Extra points brought to you by our friends at Neighbors Coffee, downtown Jacksonville. Reminder, if you need a little kick, visit our friends at Neighbors. Snap is good. The hold is good.
Block.
The kick is blocked. So Jacksonville now 3 blocked extra points in 2 weeks.
DeVarian Boyd with the block there. Breaks up a pass a few minutes ago on that drive. Blocks an extra point.
Yeah, what a drive for him. And so after the block, 5:55 to go first quarter. Jacksonville 7, Whitehouse 6. We'll take a short break and come back. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
As ETMC joins the UT Health family, we're bringing a new vision of healthcare to East Texas, where the brightest minds in academics and medicine work together to treat the most complex health challenges and improve lives, where access to world-class medicine and cutting-edge technology will bring health, hope, and a brighter tomorrow. We are UT Health East Texas, advancing healthcare together.
When life throws you a curveball, give it to the guy who can knock it out of the park.
A high drive to right, sending Ludwig back. It's gone! Micah Hoffpower.
Call Micah Hoffpower at Texas Farm Bureau for all of your life, auto, and home insurance needs.
And we're back live at the historic Tomato Bowl, downtown Jacksonville. 5:55 to go first quarter. Jacksonville leading Whitehouse 7-6 after the Wildcats got help from a few penalties, punched it in for a score, but how about that blocked extra point, Ryan?
It's huge. Huge momentum swing.
And now the kick will roll through the end zone for the touchback. And so Jacksonville will begin their second possession with Ryan McCowan.
Yeah, that blocked extra point could be huge. I mean, it is a point difference right now. But Jacksonville goes down, scores first, has quite a bit of momentum. Whitehouse answers, but a block extra point could be a huge momentum keeper.
Well, yeah, and you saw that last week in a game where there were 3 of them, how it just kept a team or gets a team off balance, because you sort of assume that those are automatic, and then when they're not, sometimes you have trouble recovering. So it will be interesting to see how Whitehouse deals with that. So 2 Indian receivers each way this time. Handoff is straight ahead. And how about this for a run? As Jermaine Taylor drags Wildcats for a Bill McCray Ford first down.
Yeah, huge run there for Jermaine. Haven't got to see him in the backfield much so far this season. Second game, but good to see him in there.
Yeah,
good hard run.
Just another wrinkle, too, Ryan. We talked about how many guys touched the ball on that first drive, and just another way for Jacksonville to sort of mix it up here. 2-by-2, same look. Taylor the back again. This time McCowan wants to throw. He's going to roll left. Doesn't have anybody open, and he's taken down right about the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Ryan just kind of running out of room there. The defense was kind of closing in on him. He didn't really have much of anywhere to go, just trying to make something out of it. At least he gets back to the line of scrimmage there and leaves it at 2nd and 10.
You don't take the loss, and you also don't make an ill-advised throw there if you're Ryan, at least. So
Yeah.
So now McCown gets the play, calls it out to his line. Now back to his shotgun position. He's going to roll to his right, and boy, look at the pursuit there, Ryan, from the Whitehouse defense. Nothing doing for Ryan.
Yeah. Yeah, Ryan it doesn't look like he's going to be able to outrun those guys on the edge.
Yeah, we talked about this for the last few years when Jacksonville was playing in Class 5A against these teams, how you can't go east to west in Class 5A very well, and we're seeing that again tonight here. Ryan McCown under pressure, going to have to throw a check down. The ball came out. Whitehouse saying they have it. Let's see.
Looks like the official blew the whistle.
Call was.
Like
I think they're going to say.
Yeah, it looks like they're calling Devin down there on that catch. It's going to bring up 4th and 6.
And so it looks like Jacksonville will send out their punt unit for the first time. We'll see who handles the punting duties here, as that has been a bit of a revolving door in the offseason. Looks like Skylar Whitaker will handle the first punt of the ballgame. Jermod McCoy, the Tulane commit, the wide receiver that we mentioned, he's back deep to receive for Whitehouse. Whitaker's kick is up and end over end. Not a very good one at all. He didn't get a very good hold of that one and goes out of bounds at the Whitehouse 42. Yeah, you said it, Ryan. So good field position from a tough punt.
Yeah, I feel like that drive for Jacksonville was a little different than what we saw on that first drive. We see Jermaine get handed off, pick up the first down, and then we try to run Ryan to the edge, and the guys for Whitehouse are just hot on pursuit tonight, it seems like. It does not seem like he's going to be able to get to the edge and find some space over there.
So now 2 receivers right, 1 left for the Wildcats. This time Green fakes a handoff, keeps Jacksonville not fooled. And maybe a short gain for Green as he's able to get back to the line, but the Indians do a nice job plugging up the hole as he tried a little draw play that, boy, Jacksonville just didn't bite on, Ryan.
They did not, but he's still going to pick up 3 there. And Jacksonville playing good defense so far.
Yeah, man in motion. Looks going to be illegal motion on the Wildcats, and that is the call. Looked like they might have had 2 in motion at the same time there, Ryan.
Yeah, and it's interesting that Whitehouse has had so many penalties to start this game after last week not having any the entire game.
Yeah, assuming the stats we got were correct.
Yeah.
That is hard to believe. Trips right, 1 left, go the Cats receivers. This time, handoff straight ahead. All kinds of room to run into Jacksonville territory for the first down.
Yeah, Mikovic Hall just taking that handoff, running up the middle, finding some space, and able to pick up the first down. Green drops the ball.
Yeah. Back on it, though. Now back on his feet. Jacksonville's got to make a tackle. They finally do drop him for a loss, but boy, it looked like he was going to sneak out of there for a second, Ryan.
Coda Kennedy hitting him back there.
We've seen those go bad before on Jacksonville. So
Coda Kennedy hitting him back there in the backfield after he picked up his fumble and just not able to wrap him up and get him down. But Jacksonville with a big stop there on a first down play.
Yeah, did a nice job staying with Green to Jacksonville. He'll flip it out to the left side. He's got his man, Braylon Jackson, and Jackson will get a few back. McEwen on the stop. So, again, talking about him going both ways, Ryan. And as a leader and a playmaker, that's what you want.
Yeah, big play there from Devin McCune. It's going to bring up 3rd and 9 for the Wildcats.
2 receivers left, 1 right, ball sitting on the left hash. In Jacksonville territory at the 42 is Green going to try to load up and fire over the middle. Wide open receiver has the catch, makes one man miss, and down to the 12-yard line, a big first down for the Wildcats.
Yeah, to Carlton Wilson just finding some space back there, and Josh Green kind of lofting that one up where he's just able to get under it. But
yeah,
good stop there by Jacksonville.
This is a Green keeper to the left side. He tries to get around the end. He might have gotten 1 or 2. Looks like Trent Powell with his first stop of the ball game for Jacksonville. As we go under 1 minute to go here in the first quarter, Whitehouse driving with a chance to take the lead. As Green fires to the right side of the end zone. That ball's knocked away. Good defense over there.
Looks like Cash Bearden there on the breakup for Jacksonville. Good defense in the end zone. They'll bring up 3rd and 6, I believe. 3rd and 7.
So 42 seconds to go here, first quarter. Jacksonville leading Whitehouse 7-6. Whitehouse driving. Jacksonville looking for a big stop. 2 backs for the Cats. Green going to keep himself. He's up the middle inside the 5, knocked down.
Looks like they're going to spot him at the 3. It should bring up 4th and 1, I believe.
That'll take us under 25 seconds with the clock running. Play clock is at 29, so Whitehouse could line up and run one more play here in the quarter. It looks like they will. As Green will run it again up the middle. And he's in. Touchdown, Wildcats. Yeah, it was just man on man, and Green able to find a hole. Really 2 plays back to back that looked exactly alike, and Jacksonville just did not have an answer, Ryan, on the defensive line.
Yeah, Green proving to be a really effective runner in the red zone, it seems, so far.
So now the extra point attempt brought to you by our friends at Neighbors Coffee. This one is up and good. So with 7 seconds to go here in the first quarter, our score now, Whitehouse 13, Jacksonville 7. We'll be back after this short break for more Fighting Indian football on JHS-sports.com.
150 years. A lot happens to a town in that amount of time. And that's reason to celebrate. Join us Saturday, October 22nd, and invite your friends, family, and neighbors to come home, come downtown, and come together to celebrate Jacksonville's 150th birthday.
For the past 40 years, Swink Studio of Dance in Jacksonville has provided instruction in classical ballet, tap, jazz, hip-hop, and contemporary dance styles for students age 4 through high school. Select classes for adults.
And we are back live to the historic Tomato Bowl, downtown Jacksonville. Aaron Swink, Todd Travis, and Ryan Travis here with you tonight on JHS-sports.com. Jacksonville now trailing 13-7. The Indians looking to retake the lead. They'll have a chance for a good return here. And Whitehouse, good pursuit. They're going to say the ball came out. We'll see if we get a signal here, Ryan. Joellen Kennedy was the return man. He lost the ball, and the Wildcats have it inside the Jacksonville 20 as the first quarter expires. So as they change ends, we'll take another short break, and the Jacksonville defense will go right back to work. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Since 2004, Legends Old Time Burger Cafe has been the home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburgers. Hand-battered chicken strips, chicken fried steak, fries, and onion rings are the best around. Legends, home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburger.
Congratulations is Jacksonville's source for a full line of awards and engraving services. But we don't stop there. You'll want to check out our examples of creative personalized gifts too. Congratulations also serves East Texas as a promotional products dealer. We are passionate about sourcing just the right items. With our laser capabilities, we can also design and install acrylic signage or graphics. Want to see samples of our work? Go no further than the Tomato Bowl entry. We're especially proud of the arrowheads. Visit Congratulations Showroom or website soon, and let's make something amazing together.
That 100% beef Whataburger takes 2 hands and all of your attention. So yeah, now's the time to sneak that fry. Good thing there's plenty to savor. Good thing there's Whataburger.
And we are back. So we get set to begin the second quarter of play. Whitehouse leading Jacksonville by a score of 13-7 as the Wildcats getting a turnover. And Ryan, it's starting to feel like that momentum is pretty well shifted. Unfortunately.
It definitely seems that way. And, you know, for Jacksonville, that's not the way you want to end the first quarter after you played pretty well in the first.
So Green, he will pitch. Are they going to throw this one? Is it a toss-back pass? It looks like they were thinking that way. Jacksonville able to finally knock down Jermod McCoy, but there for a second it looked like McCoy wanted to throw that one. Jacksonville did a nice job of covering up those options.
McCoy picking up 9. That'll bring up 2nd and 1 down to the Jacksonville 10.
So 2 tight end set. 1 receiver each way. This is just a straight handoff down inside the 5 to the 7. Inside the 10 to the 7.
Yeah, Ivan Lacey running up the middle there. Or check that. That was Mikovic Hall.
Yeah, that's Hall again. We saw Lacey a little bit on that first drive, and then it's pretty much been Hall. 2 left, 1 right. Hall the back. Green takes the snap and keeps it running up the right side A-gap, and he might have gotten a yard.
Looks like he does pick up 1 on that carry. It seems like inside the 10, their go-to right now is to put the ball in Green's hands and let him run.
Yeah, and so far so good if you're Whitehouse with that approach. Trips left, go the receivers this time as Green going to hand off straight ahead.
Touchdown.
And touchdown.
Mikovic Hall
as
running
Hall
up
again. Yeah, it's just been the Mikovic Hall show.
He is running the ball. He's a very strong runner, is what you can tell. And it looks like Jacksonville is having a tough time wrapping him up and getting him to the ground.
So with the score, Whitehouse takes the 19-7 lead. Now the extra point attempt coming up, which will be brought to you by our friends at Neighbors Coffee in downtown Jacksonville. This reminder, if you need a little kick, visit our friends at Neighbors Coffee. This kick on the way is good. So with 10:34 to go here in the first half, the score now, Whitehouse 20, Jacksonville 7. We'll take a short break and come back. You're watching Fightin' Indian Football on JHS-Sports.com.
Since 1953, Hubert Glass Oil has been serving East Texans the finest automotive fuels and lubricants. Hubert Glass Oil Company, the clear solution for your business.
When life throws you a curveball, give it to the guy who can knock it out of the park.
A high drive to right, sending Ludwig back. It's gone! Micah Hoffpower.
Call Micah Hoffpower at Texas Farm Bureau for all of your life, auto, and home insurance needs.
And we're back live at the historic Tomato Bowl, downtown Jacksonville. 10:34 to go to the half, and the score now Whitehouse 20 and Jacksonville 7 here in this Week 2 ball game. The Fighting Indians need to try to get some momentum back here. They're going to have a short kick to work with. It's Coda Kennedy fields it cleanly, and he's at the 35-yard line, still pushing the pile.
Like Coda Kennedy got the ball behind one of the Whitehouse defenders, and it got ripped out, and looks like Whitehouse is going to recover.
Yeah,
again.
And so just like that, the last 2 kicks have ended with Whitehouse fumble recoveries.
Whitehouse taking over possession here inside Jacksonville territory once again, down at Jacksonville's 36. Good field position to start their second drive.
Yeah, and we talked about this in pregame, and we talked about how cliche it was.
Yeah.
But turnovers, Ryan.
Yeah. I mean, turnovers is what it's going to come down to every game, and right now Whitehouse is getting those extra possessions.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, cliches are cliches for a reason. We said that. We'll stand by it. But now the Fighting Indian defense need to try to make a stop. Green going to load up. He's got a deep ball into the end zone. Incomplete.
Green unable to connect with the Carlton Wilson. Just a little out of his reach there. Trying to make the diving catch in the end zone, but unable to do so. That'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Wildcats. Jacksonville needing to get a stop here.
2nd down and 10. The ball sitting at the Jacksonville 36. 10-17 to go here in the first half. As Green hands off straight ahead. This time it is Ivy again, and he's knocked down. Lacey, Ivan Lacey. How about that? Mixing those names up. As he makes his way to the 34.
Yeah, good hard run there by Ivan Lacey. Met by a Jacksonville defender. Only picks up a couple. That'll bring up 3rd and 8. Jacksonville defense needing to hold strong here in this second quarter. Just under 10 minutes left.
2 Whitehouse receivers right side, 1 left. This time Green looks left, throws. Actually had a man on a crossing route and got first down yardage.
Yeah, Green able to connect with the Carlton Wilson there.
Yeah, that's
big first down for the Whitehouse.
We talked about Jermod McCoy, and he's featured a little bit, but DeCarlton Wilson looking like the favorite target so far of Josh Green.
And it could be that Whitehouse watched film this week and saw something over there for Wilson, and maybe McCoy's being covered a little better, and they're just able to connect, and so far it's working for him.
So timeout Jacksonville. We'll take the short break with them and come back. You're watching Fighting Indian Football on JHS-Sports.com.
As ETMC joins the UT Health family, we're bringing a new vision of healthcare to East Texas, where the brightest minds in academics and medicine work together to treat the most complex health challenges and improve lives, where access to world-class medicine and cutting-edge technology will bring health, hope, and a brighter tomorrow. We are UT Health East Texas, advancing healthcare together.
Dr. Darwin Dar and his staff at Dar Chiropractic specialize in family chiropractic care, exercise rehab, digital x-rays, nutrition and weight loss programs, decompression, and chiropractic wellness care. Located down the street from the Tomato Bowl, Dar Chiropractic. They can help you feel better.
And we're back. As Green fakes a handoff, rolls to his right, throws incomplete.
Nothing doing there for Green. Jacksonville in good coverage over here on this right side of the field. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. Once again, Jacksonville needing a stop.
So the Fighting Indians, you said it, Ryan, in desperate need of a stop here to keep the wheels from falling off in the first half. And this time, Green looking to throw. Can the Indians get some pressure to get enough to force the incompletion?
They can. Pretty sure Devin McEwen there able to dive in and break up that ball. Wilson once again targeted on that play. Looks like Green may continue to throw it to him the rest of the night.
Yeah. When you've got a favorite target, I mean,
hey, if it's working,
go to the well till they prove they can stop it. Well, they did on that last place. We'll see if Jacksonville able to stay on it there. As Green will look to fire into the end zone again. Got his man. He's got the score.
To Carlton Wilson once again on the touchdown reception there.
Just right back to him, right back to the well.
He
was
is definitely
Green.
the favorite target for Green tonight.
So just like that, Whitehouse opening it up, 26-7 the score now, and the extra point on the way, brought to you by our friends at Neighbors Coffee in downtown Jacksonville. Kick is on the way, and it is
wide right.
No good. So 9:11 to go here in the first half. Our score now, Whitehouse 26, Jacksonville 7. We'll take a short break and come back. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-Sports.com.
Dr. Folden, Dr. Westbrook, Dr. Stocks, and their dental team at All Smiles provide a wide range of dental services. This includes cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, and cosmetic dental care. Call and schedule your appointment at 903-586-0741.
Hi, I'm Matt Montgomery. For the past 37 years, I've been helping people just like you get their financial ducks in a row. I'm a registered investment advisor and chartered financial consultant. We do portfolio management and comprehensive financial planning. Give me a call for a free consultation.
150 years. A lot happens to a town in that amount of time. And that's reason to celebrate. Join us Saturday, October 22nd, and invite your friends, family, and neighbors to come home, come downtown, and come together.
And we're back live at the historic Tomato Bowl, downtown Jacksonville. 9 minutes, 11 seconds to go until the half. And Whitehouse leading Jacksonville 26-7. The Fighting Indians need to get something going. They'll have an opportunity to do it here with Coda Kennedy returning again. And this time, he holds on to the ball, makes his way out over the 30 to the 31. A late flag comes in and some scrappy extracurriculars going on. It is Jacksonville versus Whitehouse after all, Ryan.
That it is. That it is.
And it's also a 26-7 ball game that's threatening to get away from the Indians. We'll see after all the finger pointing
what the penalty is.
Yeah, how the officials decide to dole out the punishment here is quite a long conference, and so I want to make sure they get this right and try to keep things under control as much as possible. While we have a chance, I got to give a shout out to Randy Gorham. Of course, Randy, a hometown CPA, is also the mayor of Jacksonville, one of our biggest fans and loyal sponsors as well. Randy helping out on Facebook tonight, directing traffic to JHS-Sports.com. Thanks, Randy. We're glad to have Coach John Alexander listening in now. Coach was wanting to make sure that he got to the right place to listen to Fighting Indian Football, and you can always count on good fans and friends like Randy Gorham to keep you in the know. So, Coach, enjoy the game, and Randy, thanks as always for all your support as well.
Officials taking a long time with this one.
Yeah, they really are, Ryan, and it feels like this may be one that there may be some offsetting penalties here, and they may just be trying to figure out exactly who to give them to. We'll see here as it looks like the head referee is about ready to make his call. Yeah, several fouls, he says.
Oh, gosh.
He's had to write them down, it looks like. So an unsportsmanlike conduct against Jacksonville. And a late hit goes against Nicholas Lira of Whitehouse. So another unsportsmanlike conduct. This one goes against Lane Hooker of Whitehouse. So the penalties offset.
I don't know how that
Three
works.
penalties, yeah.
How does 3 offset?
That's a new one for me, guys.
Wow.
So personal fouls for everyone, it seemed like, on that last play. 2 by 2 now go the Indian receivers as we come back to play, and McCowan is sacked.
Yeah, Ryan McCowan just taking a little too much time there in the pocket. I think he had time to make a throw there, but unable to do so. Whitehouse trips him up, and a loss of 10 on that play will bring up 2nd and 20 for the Indians.
So Jacksonville getting pushed back, and you almost feel like a big ball might be coming, but so is a Whitehouse blitz. A check down is caught.
John Johnson.
As John Johnson makes his first catch of the ball game, but he is swallowed up as Whitehouse, as we said, Ryan, they were bringing the house.
They were bringing the house on that.
Not enough time to really make a drop back there. If you're Jacksonville, you got to roll the pocket, get the ball out a little quicker, and try to make something
they're
happen.
able to pick up about 3 there. They'll bring up 3rd and 17. Jacksonville needing a big play here to get some momentum back, get a first down.
So still just under 8 minutes to go here until halftime. It's a 26-7 ball game. Jacksonville with the chance, with the time to get some momentum. Here's a deep ball, and it is incomplete.
Ryan McCowan looking for Devin over there on the right side. Devin able to create some space, but unable to bring that one in. That'll bring up 4th and 17 for the Indians. Skylar Whitaker, it looks like, back to punt this one away. Needing a good punt here.
Yeah, his first was not one that will live long in the memory, so Whitaker would like to put the boot through this one. As Jermod McCoy standing just over midfield in his own territory. So you would think Whitehouse would be set up for good field position. Whistle's going to blow this one dead. Yes, it was. Todd Travis saying that one was going to be blocked. As you had a look there.
Looks like that penalty's going to be on Jacksonville. That'll back them up 5.
So Whitaker with another chance here, but the Jacksonville line with another chance to hold off the rush as they.
Jacksonville running Davey Smith in to punt this ball.
We'll see. Well, they'll good spot, Ryan, as they do switch out punters here for Smith, who got a hold of a big one last week. See what he can do. There's a high snap. He brings it down. He's going to have to try to get it away, and he does. It does take a Jacksonville bounce and rolls inside the 50. And, boy, just to get that ball out of trouble was
Whitehouse
good for Smith.
Was bringing everybody on that one.
Yes, they were.
The high snap kind of throws off your tempo a little bit, but great job there from Davey, able to get that one off, and a good bounce. That gave him about another 10 yards on that punt, and that'll put the ball at the Whitehouse 48. So back in Whitehouse territory. For the first time, it feels like in a good while.
That's right, Ryan. And they've been starting out on the plus side of the river, so to speak. So as they come back to the line, 7:17 to go here first half. Our score, Whitehouse 27, Jacksonville 6. Is Green going to fling a little screen pass out to the left side. Jacksonville doing a nice job staying home and not letting anything develop after that from Jermod McCoy, the Tulane commit.
Jermod McCoy able to catch that one and get upfield for a couple yards. Able to pick up about 5 there.
Yeah, the contain, though, was pretty good, right? He a lot of times you see those and you got to make one good move and he's gone, and Jacksonville able to keep him in front. This time, Green going to roll left and
finding McCoy
pitch
once
that
again.
way. He's got McCoy, and he'll be just short of first down yardage, looks like.
That one good for another 3. That'll bring up 3rd and 2, it looks like.
Jalen McGowan on the stop for Jacksonville. Green wants to throw deep to the left side this time, and he's incomplete.
That looked really odd at the line. I'm not sure if maybe Whitehouse thought Jacksonville was offsides and snapped it quick
to
get
go
the penalty
quick
and pick up the first or what, but very odd. Did they throw a flag?
I believe there is a flag sitting around midfield. Let's see the call.
Okay.
Well, it's a substitution infraction against Jacksonville. So Whitehouse saw that, and they wanted to go quick and catch Jacksonville, and they did.
That's a good heads-up play from the center. I mean, in high school, it's kind of tough sometimes for the centers to be able to do something like that, but good heads-up play from him that'll get Whitehouse the first down.
Ball sitting now at the Jacksonville 39-yard line. The handoff straight ahead.
Hall met by a slew of Jacksonville defenders there.
Picked up a few,
2.
but yep. Jaden Boyd leading the charge, but as you said, Brian, a slew, that's a good word because that's about the description. It was we talked about how this defense wants to be known as the war party. They want to all get to the ball as quick as they can. That's kind of what that looks like. That's what they're going for.
I think there were 4 guys there tackling.
That's what
Hall.
they're going for. 2 backs in the backfield now with Green. Handoff straight ahead. This time down near the 35 goes Hall.
Good powerful run there from Hall. It seems like he's just a great downhill runner. He gets the snap or gets the handoff and is just able to power his way up for a couple yards every time he touches the ball.
So 3rd down and 6 now. 5:14 and counting here to halftime. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Green going to look to throw. Now rolls, reset the pocket, throws left, got his man. First down yardage and more.
Looks like that's Braylon Jackson there.
Yeah, Jackson down all the way to the Jacksonville 15. You said it, Ryan. Good spot. Cash Bearden able to finally make the stop.
Whitehouse moving very quickly here.
Quick here. Green bounces off what could have been a crushing hit, a tackle, but you gotta wrap up if you're Jacksonville.
Yeah, Jacksonville having a little trouble tackling, and we see that from time to time from the defense, and so far this game that has been part of the issue. Got to make the tackle.
Green loading up, going deep into the end zone on this near side. Got his man. Touchdown, Wildcats.
Jermod McCoy on the reception there in the corner of the end zone. Great throw from Green. Able to find him, Jacksonville defender, right in front of McCoy, but unable to break that one up.
And so with the score, with the touchdown, the score now, Whitehouse 32, Jacksonville 7. The extra point on the way will be brought to you by our friends at Neighbors Coffee downtown Jacksonville. on Main Street. If you need a little kick, visit our friends at Neighbors. This kick is up and good. So 4:36 to go. The score now, Whitehouse 33, Jacksonville 7. We'll take a short break and come back. This is Jacksonville Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Gene Bromlow, class of 66, and his daughter Ann Farmer proudly support Jacksonville Athletics. Come on over to the South Jackson Dairy Queen and get one of their world-famous blizzards. Dairy Queen, where happy tastes good.
Tonight's game statistics are sponsored by Randy Gorham, CPA. Randy Gorham, CPA, the source for your accounting and income tax needs since 1984.
Community is not just a place. It's not just people who live nearby or the name on a city limit sign. No, community is pride. It's support. It's showing up when you're needed without being asked. Community is knowing that you're not alone. It's sharing burdens and successes. Community is beautiful, and community is strong. We've been a community bank for over 100 years, and we've never been more proud to be a part of this community. Austin Bank.
And we are back live at the historic Tomato Bowl, downtown Jacksonville. 4:36 to go here in the first half. The score, Whitehouse 33, Jacksonville 7. The Fighting Indians need a score, need some momentum.
Jermaine Taylor and Waylon Kennedy back deep for the Indians.
Last few kicks have been short towards Coda Kennedy. This one
headed to Jermaine.
Yeah, Jermaine Taylor will field just outside of his end zone. He's got some room to run. He's out over the 20, 25, 30, and he could go a long way. We'll see exactly where he stepped out, right at midfield. How about that? Talking about the Indians needing momentum, that's one way to get it. Looks like.
Yeah, great return there from Jermaine. Unfortunately, it looks like there was a penalty marker
about to
thrown.
say, it looks like there was a flag. So that's most likely coming back.
That's the kind of return we've needed, though. The turnovers have really killed us on a couple of these kickoffs. And great return there from Jermaine. We'll see what the call is on this penalty. But I would think it looks like it's going to bring Jacksonville back.
Yeah, holding the call against Jacksonville. So, unfortunately, half the distance to the goal. So, Jacksonville backing up after what looked to be a good return.
Wow. And they're marking that from the 15, half the distance to the goal.
Yeah, from the spot of the hold. So that'll set Jacksonville up at the 8-yard line, their own 8-yard line, to begin this drive.
Penalties have been a killer for Jacksonville in this first half.
Yes, they have, as have turnovers.
Jacksonville set to start this drive from their own 8-yard line.
You've got two receivers each side of this formation. McCowan going to throw to the right side slot, complete, and big yardage, and possibly a touchdown, barring a flag. No flags, touchdown Jacksonville.
What a run, what a catch, and what a run from Devin McEwen, finding space over here on this left side of the field and just able to beat the defenders and put one in for 6.
Yeah, you talk about getting the ball in the hands of a playmaker, and it wasn't a deep ball. I mean, he didn't throw it 60 yards in the air, but you get the ball in the hands of Devin McEwen and let him do the rest, and this is what you get. So now the extra point on the way, brought to you by our friends at Neighbors Coffee. It is up and good. So now, with 4:10 to go until halftime, the score, Whitehouse 33, Jacksonville 14. We'll take a short break and come back. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
For the past 40 years, Swink Studio of Dance in Jacksonville has provided instruction in classical ballet, tap, jazz, hip-hop, and contemporary dance styles for students age 4 through high school. Select classes for adults and award-winning competition teams are also available. For more information or to enroll a student, contact the studio today and let's dance.
Bill McRae Ford has been serving East Texans since 1976. They can help you find the best deal on a used car or if you're ready to purchase something new. Open Monday through Saturday. Bill McRae Ford. Come see us.
And we're back live at the historic Tomato Bowl downtown Jacksonville. The Fighting Indians fighting back as Devin McEwen takes it in. How about that for a scoring drive? Todd Travis, how about a summary?
One play, 92 yards on the pass from McCowan to McEwen with a great run for the touchdown.
And what a way to answer after that huge penalty backed him up.
Yeah.
You get the great return from Jermaine. It gets negated. Go back and have to start from your 8-yard line, and then you just one play to Devin.
Yeah, you
92 yards, touchdown.
You
What a
could
way.
absolutely be demoralized right
sure.
there, more so than you maybe already were with the score being what it was. But instead, you find a way to answer. You just find a way to respond, and that's what you got to do if you're Jacksonville. So now here's a high pop-up kick to the near side, a fair catch called for and made at the 33 of Whitehouse where they'll take over.
Good kick there from Jordan Carrera. Able to hit that one high and get Whitehouse to fair catch it. No return.
Yeah, and those are the type as well, Ryan, we were talking about. Those can be tricky. Those could produce that turnover, that extra possession. So not a bad idea there from Cabrera, and obviously keeps Whitehouse from busting a big return as well. So now 2 receivers left, 1 right for the Cats. This time handoff straight ahead and moving the pile out to about the 38.
Looks like that's going to be
Hall.
Hall.
Yeah, he's still picking up the lion's share of touches here out of the backfield for the Wildcats.
Yeah, gain of 4 there for Hall. They'll bring up 2nd and 6 from the Whitehouse 38.
That'll finally take us down inside the 4-minute mark here in the first half. That's the other part of all this, Ryan. It's 33-14, but there's so much football left. As this is a deep ball knocked away. Cash
almost
Bearden
intercepting that ball deep.
You could have been talking turnover, but as it stands, good one-on-one coverage. That is a scary place to be, I would think, as a safety, but he did exactly what he had to do in the situation.
He did.
He would have liked to have the pick for sure.
For sure. But breaking up that ball is going to bring up 3rd and 6, and Jacksonville in good position here to get a stop.
So as you said, Ryan, a big opportunity here. Green, under pressure, gets the swing pass away to his check down, and the Cats will pick up the first down as, Braylon Jackson just providing the safety valve there for Josh Green, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Yeah, Coda Kennedy full go on that one. Thought he was going to get Green in the backfield. Green able to get that one away and get it to Braylon Jackson, and just a great play by Jackson there.
So now handoff again, straight ahead. This time
Ivan Lacey.
It's Lacey, and he'll make his way out to about the 45-yard line. So 2nd and 2.
Lacey will pick up 8 there. 2nd and 2 from the Jacksonville 45.
Jacksonville will make some wholesale defensive substitutions as the clock runs down inside 2.5 minutes. Handoff again is straight ahead. That's going to be, it looks like going to be good for first down yardage. We'll see if they give him how much of that forward momentum they actually give him. He's just short. Good spot there, Todd Travis.
Good defense there from Jacksonville. J-Ron Williams getting the handoff on that one. Only able to pick up about one. We'll bring up 3rd and 1.
Trips right, 1 left. Green going to keep. He's rolling to his left, and he's got the first down with his feet. Does Josh Green. And we've said a few times in this first half already, Ryan, that he is quite a weapon running the football. Looks to be a fighting Indian down injured. So we'll step away for a short break while they attend to the fighting Indian player down. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Dr. Folden, Dr. Westbrook, Dr. Stocks, and their dental team at All Smiles provide a wide range of dental services. This includes cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, and cosmetic dental care. Call and schedule your appointment at 903-586-0741.
And we're back as the fighting Indian that was down is Michael Miles. He was able to pop up pretty quickly, get off under his own power. So good to see for that young man. As Josh Green now fires to the left, got his man who looks like he either stepped out of bounds or put his knee down.
McCoy slipped a little bit there, it looked like.
Yep.
Jalen McGowan on the defense there for the Indians.
So Whitehouse going to try to go quick. Little toss to the left side, and boy, look at this. Make 3 Indians miss, and he's in for another touchdown. That is Braylon Jackson, his first trip to the end zone tonight. What a move he made. But Ryan, you got to think you could take a better angle, maybe make something happen there defensively.
Yeah, Braylon Jackson, he seems to be very explosive. I mean, that's twice now on this drive that he's kind of gotten a shorter pass and just able to make a huge play out of it.
Yeah, and able to make the Indians miss. And now the extra point attempt, which is brought to you by our friends at Neighbors Coffee. Downtown Jacksonville is up and good. So with 1:20 to go now till halftime, our score, Whitehouse 40, Jacksonville 14. We'll take a short break and come back. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Since 1953, Hubert Glass Oil has been serving East Texans the finest automotive fuels and lubricants. Hubert Glass Oil Company, the clear solution for your business.
The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich is delicious. It's got that barbecue flavor, the cheese melts on top with that Texas toast. You look at it, your mouth starts watering. It's my go-to sandwich. The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich, that's my all-time favorite.
Hi, I'm Matt Montgomery. For the past 37 years, I've been helping people just like you get their financial ducks in a row. I'm a registered investment advisor and chartered financial consultant. We do portfolio management and comprehensive financial planning. Give me a call for a free consultation.
And we're back. 1:20 to go to the half here at the historic Tomato Bowl. Whitehouse leading Jacksonville by a score of 40-14. Ryan, it feels like this one's getting out of hand.
It really does. And it looks like our energy that we had at the beginning of the game after that first possession is basically completely gone.
Yeah, that kick will go out of bounds, draw the flag, so Jackson will have fairly good field position. But, yeah, talked about that first offensive drive, Ryan, the way Jacksonville was able to mix it up, get so many different guys touching the ball. It had such a different feel, more positive feel than really any offensive possession that we had seen last week. And then
it doesn't look
you
like
add a
that
couple penalties to that and then
Yeah.
a few turnovers, and, of course, there goes whatever momentum you thought you had.
Yeah. Indians back to work. Ball at the 30. 1st and 10.
Yeah, trips left, one right, go the Indian receivers this time for Ryan McCowan. McCowan going to hand it off, and a big run out of the backfield and down all the way to the 48-yard line for a Bill McCray Ford first down goes Joellen Kennedy. What a run.
Huge run there from Joellen Kennedy. You know, Jacksonville at this point needs any momentum they can get to take into halftime, and a big run from Joellen Kennedy picking up 18 is a good start to this drive.
Now a handoff again straight ahead, and the Indians into Wildcat territory for what seems to be one of the rare times this evening.
Another good pickup there by Joellen Kennedy. Jacksonville probably going to need to put the ball in the air here in just a minute because it is about 40 seconds.
Yeah, 40
left
seconds
here in this first half.
And counting. So Jacksonville might take a shot. McCowan looks to do just that over the middle, but he underthrows his man, and it's intercepted.
Jalen Brandon on the interception there for the Wildcats. Not what you wanted to do with 30 seconds left in the first half.
Yeah, so should probably just see Whitehouse maybe take a knee or run the clock out and get the teams into the locker room here. Fans, stay with us at halftime. We'll have our first half stats brought to you by Randy Gorham, CPA, and then we will let you listen in to the award-winning Jacksonville Fighting Indian Band. They'll be joined by the Cherokee Charmers, the Jacksonville Majorettes as well. All that coming up on the Whataburger Halftime Report in just a few seconds. This handoff is good for big yardage, first down yardage out to the Wildcat 45. For number 28, that is Caleb Caldwell-Hill. I believe first time we've called his name tonight, Ryan, as you can already see.
It is.
You can already see Whitehouse starting to cycle in some of those guys that are a little farther down the depth chart.
Yeah, I think this is the fourth running back that we've seen so far from Whitehouse in this first half.
And that will do it for the first half. So as time expires, our score, Whitehouse 40, Jacksonville 14. We'll take a 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll have the Whataburger Halftime Report with our halftime stats, and also let you listen in to the Fighting Indian Band and watch those award-winning Cherokee Charmers. We'll take 2 minutes and come back. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Since 1953, Hubert Glass Oil has been serving East Texans the finest automotive fuels and lubricants. Hubert Glass Oil Company, the clear solution for your business.
The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich is delicious. It's got that barbecue flavor, the cheese melts on top with that Texas toast. You look at it, your mouth starts watering. It's my go-to sandwich. The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich, that's my all-time favorite.
Hi, I'm Matt Montgomery. For the past 37 years, I've been helping people just like you get their financial ducks in a row. I'm a registered investment advisor and chartered financial consultant. We do portfolio management and comprehensive financial planning. Give me a call for a free consultation.
Gene Bromlow, class of 66, and his daughter Ann Farmer proudly support Jacksonville athletics. Come on over to the South Jackson Dairy Queen and get one of their world-famous blizzards. Dairy Queen, where happy tastes good.
Tonight's game statistics are sponsored by Randy Gorham, CPA. Randy Gorham, CPA, the source for your accounting and income tax needs since 1984. Since 2004, Legends Old Time Burger Cafe has been the home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburgers. Hand-battered chicken strips, chicken fried steak, fries, and onion rings are the best around. Legends, home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburger.
Community is not just a place. It's not just people who live nearby or the name on a city limit sign. No, community is pride. It's support. It's showing up when you're needed without being asked. Community is knowing that you're not alone. It's sharing burdens and successes. Community is beautiful, and community is strong. We've been a community bank for over 100 years, and we've never been more proud to be a part of this community. Austin Bank.
Special thanks to the Jacksonville Education Foundation for everything that they do for Jacksonville teachers and students. For more information, please visit jisdfoundation.org.
Dr. Darwin Dar and his staff at Dar Chiropractic specialize in family chiropractic care, exercise rehab, digital x-rays, nutrition and weight loss programs, decompression, and chiropractic wellness care. Located down the street from the Tomato Bowl, Dar Chiropractic. They can help you feel better.
150 years. A lot happens to a town in that amount of time. And that's reason to celebrate. Join us Saturday, October 22nd. And invite your friends, family, and neighbors to come home, come downtown, and come together to celebrate Jacksonville's 150th birthday.
Dr. Folden, Dr. Westbrook, Dr. Stocks, and their dental team at All Smiles provide a wide range of dental services. This includes cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, and cosmetic dental care. Call and schedule your appointment at 903-586-0741.
Bill McRae Ford has been serving East Texans since 1976. They can help you find the best deal on a used car or if you're ready to purchase something new. Open Monday through Saturday. Bill McRae Ford. Come see us.
Congratulations is Jacksonville's source for a full line of awards and engraving services. But we don't stop there. You'll want to check out our examples of creative personalized gifts too. Congratulations also serves East Texas as a promotional products dealer. We are passionate about sourcing just the right items. With our laser capabilities, we can also design and install acrylic signage or graphics. Want to see samples of our work? Go no further than the Tomato Bowl entry. We're especially proud of the arrowheads. Visit Congratulations Showroom or website soon, and let's make something amazing together.
As ETMC joins the UT Health family, we're bringing a new vision of healthcare to East Texas, where the brightest minds in academics and medicine work together to treat the most complex health challenges and improve lives, where access to world-class medicine and cutting-edge technology will bring health, hope, and a brighter tomorrow. We are UT Health East Texas, advancing healthcare together.
When life throws you a curveball, give it to the guy who can knock it out of the park.
A high drive to right, sending Ludwig back. It's gone! Micah Hoffpower.
Call Micah Hoffpower at Texas Farm Bureau for all of your life, auto, and home insurance needs.
Uh-oh. They'll keep talking.
Welcome.
I'll fix the camera.
Welcome into the press box here again at Historic Tomato Bowl as Ryan Travis works his magic with our booth cam. This is the Whataburger halftime report. And Todd Travis, our halftime stats that are brought to you by Randy Gorham CPA. Unfortunately, not too pretty for the home team.
No, it wasn't. Our Indians first half had 20 plays on offense for 167 yards. We had 104 yards passing thanks to that 92-yard pass for McEwen.
There you go, Ryan. You've got our booth cam back there.
And we had 63 yards rushing. But like I said, it was only 20 plays. So when we fumbled twice on the kickoff and give the ball right back to Whitehouse, it kept our offense off the field for a long time.
Yep. And then of course taxes your defense as well because you're going right back out for another drive. And
it did. And we've been in position to make the tackle several times, and we're not making the tackle on first contact. It's the second or third defender that's getting there, and so
then you have a guy like Whitehouse's Braylon Jackson, who he makes one move and cuts two or three defenders out of the play, and so it's one thing to miss one-on-one. It's another thing to have three guys taken out, and that we saw that happen a couple times.
Shot the gap, and I don't think we even touched him.
On that touchdown, we certainly didn't, and so that's just another wrinkle that Whitehouse has been able to throw. But Ryan, we were talking on that first possession for Jacksonville. It looked so good, and it looked so different in terms of the way they the formations and the way they got the ball in the hands of so many different players than what we saw last week. But we really have not seen that continue or seen Jacksonville have another opportunity to even really have a sustained drive where they're mixing that many guys in. Now, of course, one of those is because you hit a 92-yard score to Devin McEwen. You'll take that, obviously.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
But at the same time, you would like to see some more of those sustained drives, Todd, especially if it means keeping this Whitehouse offense off the field. So what do their numbers look like?
Whitehouse said 44 plays for 310 yards with 200 yards passing and 110 yards rushing.
Wow. So we talked in the pregame, and we've talked now for a couple of weeks about how Jacksonville wants to be balanced on the offensive attack. Well, I think Whitehouse has figured that out in the first half. How to do it themselves is what I mean.
That's right. Yeah. They were pretty balanced.
Yeah, and their rushing stats look good, but, I mean, they're rushing by committee right now.
Yeah.
We've seen 4 different guys run the ball in the first half.
Yeah, and you got to think, Ryan, that you're going to see that continue with this big lead in the second half. You're going to see these guys empty their bench. You're going to see freshmen, I mean, all kinds of players who probably didn't think they were going to see the field tonight. They may get some playing time.
That's right.
But if you're Jacksonville, how do you approach the second half? Obviously, with Matt not being able to be with us tonight, we haven't had our typical interviews, and maybe that's for the best with the score being what it is. Not sure if
Coach may say thank you afterwards.
Not sure if Coach Holman would have had a lot that he would have wanted to share, but I do wonder, what the approach is for Jacksonville in the second half of a ball game like this. I almost think that this being a non-district ball game, you sort of have to wipe the slate. You sort of have to say, okay, they won the first half.
Let's regroup.
Let's go beat them in
over
the second half.
Yeah.
Whether that means you score enough points to win the game or not, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I would think that's the way you've got to approach the second half is, all right, first half's done.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you cannot go back. And so, you try to win the second half. But again, Todd, part of that is what you were talking about is making those tackles or making those
holding on to the
those
ball,
fundamental plays.
Yeah.
And that stuff adds up. That is why this game has gotten, I hate to say out of hand, but so out of hand, so quickly.
Yes.
Because that's just what it feels like, and
it does. And we were talking about trying to end the half on a good note there with a little momentum going to the half.
Yeah.
We had a couple of really good runs. We were moving the ball, and then we threw the interception, and that was kind of the last thing we needed before we went to half. You needed a few good plays, even if we didn't score. At least we were moving the ball, felt good, and it kind of.
Yeah,
didn't work real well.
Seems
there.
like
there were some really good moments in the first half.
There were,
and then there were other times where we kind of just killed ourselves. I mean, you've got 2 turnovers on a kickoff. You have an interception at the end of the half that really you needed to at least hold on to the ball, whether you scored or not.
Right.
You don't want to throw an interception because that just kills any kind of momentum that you had going into halftime.
Right.
You have a couple good runs. You got a couple good plays. You scored like the drive before that. Like there were some good things that were kind of being put together there at the end of the first half.
And even if the drive would have stalled and we would have punted, that's a lot better than having the interception and giving a turnover.
Right.
So
because if you even there, I mean, we've talked about controlling the things we can control. If you hold on to the ball, even if you've got a punt, if you have a good punt, if you set your defense up for a stop, that could still be a net positive.
Right.
You sort of, I guess, think about it. Well, I wish we didn't have to punt. I wish it wasn't fourth down.
Right.
Well, yeah, but you didn't lose the ball, and you're still in control of what their next drive looks like. Right. Like if you come out, Davey Smith or Whitaker, if you come out and you hit a good punt and you pin them deep, you've still got maybe not the upper hand overall in terms of the score, but in that moment you've got the upper hand because you get to dictate where this potent Whitehouse offense starts rather than giving them a short field.
That's what the fumbles that we had on kickoff put them so deep in our end.
Well, that first one they were inside the 20.
That's right.
They started at like the 18-yard line.
Well, and this
watching
is
the play, I'm thinking, man, we didn't get much of a run back. We're going to be down inside the 20, and then you realize we lost the ball. And, oh, well, they're going to be inside of our 20.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
we gave them short field, and they took advantage of it. They turned all of the turnovers in. So
yeah, they did. Well, we'll see how Jacksonville responds in the second half and if they can put that first half behind them. But for our first half stats, we want to thank Randy Gorham, CPA. He's been your hometown CPA here in Jacksonville since 1984. He's also, of course, the current mayor of Jacksonville. He will have a big part to play in the upcoming 150th birthday celebrations for Jacksonville coming up in October. We'll have more to say about that in the coming weeks. Of course, you've seen Ryan's great commercial that you've put together for the broadcast. That's fantastic. So, again, thanks to Randy for all he does and all his support. And this is the Whataburger Halftime Report. Remember, with our friends at Whataburger, if you make the order, Whataburger will make it fresh. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we will let you listen in to the award-winning Jacksonville Fighting Indian Band. We'll be back. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Gene Bromlow, class of 66, and his daughter Ann Farmer proudly support Jacksonville athletics. Come on over to the South Jackson Dairy Queen and get one of their world-famous blizzards. Dairy Queen, where happy tastes good.
Tonight's game statistics are sponsored by Randy Gorham, CPA. Randy Gorham, CPA, the source for your accounting and income tax needs since 1984. Since 2004, Legends Old Time Burger Cafe has been the home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburgers. Hand-battered chicken strips, chicken fried steak, fries, and onion rings are the best around. Legends, home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburger.
Watch now as the Charmers perform an exciting halftime streamer jazz routine to We Don't Talk About Bruno. Rendell. First Lieutenant Ellie Berry. And Captain Lauren Gluck. This week's twirler of the week is Sophie McNeil. Watch now as the twirlers perform an exciting routine to Fireball. JISD is proud to present the Jacksonville Fightin' Indian Band. The band is under the field direction of Junior Drum Major Brennan Hack, Senior Drum Majors Jaden Scruggs and Camden Fontenot, and Head Drum Major Sarah McCullough. Tonight, the band will perform to Bacchus Fanfare and the Attorney General March. Center of the field, one of the most decorated military marching bands in the great state of Texas. That classic look, that awesome sound, that cry heard across the land. The Jacksonville Fightin' Indian Band.
And so another great halftime performance by the Jacksonville Fighting Indian Band under the direction of Donnie Barrier, and the award-winning Cherokee Charmers under the direction of Laura Guidry and Tiffany Alexander. Also the Jacksonville Twirlers, directed by Breanne G., with another fantastic routine as the Fighting Indians and the Wildcats of Whitehouse get set to come out for the second half of play. And Ryan Travis, we were just talking in the halftime break about how Jacksonville just got to put that first half behind them.
Yeah, they really do. I mean, you come out and you have a great first drive. Kind of everything seems to be clicking, which is exactly what you'd want to see from Jacksonville in a second game. I mean, last week definitely did not go our way. And so to come out and have a great first drive and really a completely different looking offense than anything that we've seen from them so far this season.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a great way to start the game, and then you have a couple turnovers, you have a couple penalties that really cost you, and you find yourself down 40-14 at halftime. And honestly, that's not, I don't think, where any of us expected this game to be at halftime.
Yeah, I mean, we knew that, you know, Whitehouse is a team that likes to spread it out and play pretty fast, and we also know that, you know, Jacksonville wanted to try to find that rhythm, and so you have two teams that have the ability to score lots of points, but the fact that you're down 40-14 at the half, yeah, I don't think anybody would have seen that coming. I mean, that still is the definition. Is the tribe makes their way out onto the field. That's the definition of the wheels falling off a little bit, I think.
Yeah, but Jacksonville kicks off first, so a huge stop on defense here on this first drive could swing the momentum back in Jacksonville's favor. And I mean, you know, Whitehouse scored 40 and a half.
Right.
If we can get a couple turnovers,
it can
get a couple of those possessions back that we lost in the first half. I mean, it could be a completely different game.
There you go. There you go. It can absolutely be done. And Jacksonville, we've spent, it seems like the entire game to this point, talking about the big play ability, the playmaking ability of these Jacksonville players. You saw it in the first half with Devin McEwen. So you give those guys a couple extra possessions, you steal a few, and you could be looking at Jacksonville doing to Whitehouse what Jacksonville did, or what Whitehouse did in the first half. So it's all to play for, but Jacksonville has got to. They've got to make the stop here to start.
Yeah.
And then again, they've got to, like we heard Coach Holman talk about in Smoke Signals, they've got to protect the football.
We've also got to create some turnovers, and I feel like we're going to have some really explosive plays like that 92-yard Devin McEwen touchdown that we had in the first half. A couple explosive plays that happen in a short amount of time. I mean, that could be a huge game changer here in the second half.
that is the kind of thing that can take the wind out of an opposing team.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, when you're looking at a guy like Devin McEwen going 92 yards the other way, there's just a reaction, just kind of a letdown that happens. And so, yeah, I agree, Ryan. If Jacksonville puts a couple more of those type of things together, yeah, you could see a completely different look to this second half. So Jordan Cabrera will be teeing this one up to get things started here in the second half of play. We're glad you were with us for the Whataburger Halftime Report. Again, our thanks to our friends at Whataburger, and a reminder that if you make the order, they'll make it fresh. So there's also a possibility, Ryan, here for maybe a pop-up, a short kick. Jacksonville trying to steal one off the jump. Here's a pop-up to the near side. It is caught cleanly, however, and Jacksonville's got to make a tackle here on the return man as he makes his way out over the 40.
Yeah, Tackling seems to be a huge problem for Jacksonville tonight. And if it were raining, I would say that it's the rain.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, the fact is they're just not wrapping up and making the tackle. And Whitehouse is – it would be interesting to see how many yards that they have gained after first contact tonight, because it's been a lot.
So Josh Green will bring the Whitehouse Wildcats back to the line. He'll have 2 receivers on the left, 1 on the right, 1 back. He'll look left, throw left. Got his man, spins off 1 tackler, makes another miss, and picks up first down yardage.
Yeah.
That's Jackson again.
Braylon Jackson on the reception for Whitehouse. And, man, he is explosive.
Yeah,
he catches the ball, he makes a move, and he is up the field like lightning.
You're talking about making a man miss. That is a description of how he plays.
That is for sure. That big play will bring up a first down inside Jacksonville territory.
Green fires right, complete.
Finding McCoy over on this right side.
Good tackle right there.
McCoy going to pick up about 5.
Yeah, Jalen McGowan was right on him to
4
drop him.
yards there for McCoy. Bring up 2nd and 6. Green doing a good job of connecting on these shorter passes that he's been throwing tonight.
2 receivers each way for Green this time. He hands off straight ahead. Not much there.
Nothing doing. Jacksonville with some good defense there. Caleb Caldwell-Hill, who we saw at the end of that first half, back in the backfield for the Wildcats.
Again, as we talked about, Ryan already seeing the Whitehouse team going down the depth chart a little bit. Whistle blows this one dead. A flag comes in.
Looks like false start on the offense there. Good news for the Indians on this first drive of the second half. That'll back Whitehouse up, bring up a 3rd and 11. Still in Jacksonville territory.
Yeah, here's that opportunity, Ryan. You talked about the importance of Jacksonville getting a stop on this first drive.
That ball incomplete.
Yeah, boy,
that'll bring up 4th and 11. You'd think Whitehouse will most likely punt this one away.
Yeah,
it looks like they are going to bring out the punting unit.
Jacksonville got a gift there, Ryan, because there was a wide open Wildcat who just couldn't look that one in.
Yeah, sometimes to get things going, you just need things to fall your way.
That's right.
Maybe that's one of those things that falls Jacksonville's way here in the second half. First time we've seen the Whitehouse punter tonight, if I'm
That's correct.
thinking
Yeah,
about
it's a
that
high
correct.
snap as Jacksonville gets a little pressure on him. The kick away, though, is a good one.
Good punt there from Bo Benson.
That's a good football name.
It is a good football name. Bo Benson.
So as the Fighting Indians come out for their first drive of the second half, of course, we saw a very methodical first drive of the ball game where the Indians were able to spread the ball around, get the ball into the hands of different players, and make their way down for that first score. They'd like to start the second half in similar fashion after coming up with a big stop.
Yeah, and coaches script their plays a lot of times, so you kind of wonder if maybe that's something that's in the script for Jacksonville here to start the second half.
We'll see. Trips left, 1 right, go the receivers, 1 back. He'll get the handoff, and not much there at all.
Yeah, not much there for Jawalen Kennedy. Trying to work something up the middle there, and Whitehouse all over that one. They'll bring up 2nd and 10, Jacksonville on their own 21-yard line.
So 9:35 and counting, just underway here in the third quarter. If you're just joining us, Whitehouse leading Jacksonville by a score of 40-14. Ryan McCowan climbs the pocket, deep ball over the middle, just out of the reach of Coda Kennedy, incomplete.
Yeah, Jermaine Taylor there.
I checked that. That's Taylor. Good spot.
Targeted.
Good spot. 2s and 3s,
Yeah. Sometimes numbers are hard to read from up here in the box.
From this rarefied air. Good spot, Ryan.
Yeah. Ryan McCown unable to connect with Jermaine Taylor there. That'll bring up 3rd and 10 for the Indians. And, this could be one of those, we talk about the first down of the game, but first down of the second half could also be huge to get this half off on the right foot.
Yeah, especially considering that Jacksonville kicked off this half and they got the stop on the first possession. So if you then turn around and you add an offensive first down to that.
A 3-and-out here will not be good news. Jacksonville needs to convert on this play.
2 Indian receivers each way for Ryan McCown this time as he's under some pressure, sets his feet, fires.
McCown looking to for Devin McEwen over there on the right side. Just a little short, unable to find his connection there with McEwen. That'll bring up 4th and 10. Jacksonville looks like sending out Davey Smith to punt this one away.
And, of course, Davey, in the first half, he had that punt where he was under so much pressure and was able to get away a punt that took a good Jacksonville bounce. We saw him really put the boot through one last week for, I think, over 50 yards, if I remember right. So
yeah, I think it ended up being about 53.
So we'll see what.
But I would expect Whitehouse to bring everybody, as they have on just about every punt tonight.
You can see the Jacksonville blockers are expecting this as well as Smith gets foot into this one. It's high end over end. It's fair caught just inside Jacksonville territory. Ball sitting at about the 44-yard line. So, again, Whitehouse starts in plus territory, Ryan.
That they do. A pretty decent punt by Davey Smith there, able to get that one off. It's never fun punting inside your 10-yard line.
Right.
That's just never a fun spot to be as a punter.
Able to
hit that one high and no return. So
yeah. I mean, obviously you just have so much green in front of you, but is there just kind of a psychological thing too?
For sure.
You just know that
it's much easier to punt from closer to midfield than it is way back there.
Well, there's the handoff straight ahead on a little draw play and down about the 43.
Looks like Ivan Lacey on the carry
there.
Lacey
Lacey back in, yeah. Trent Powell with a tackle. I think his second of the ball game.
Looks like Whitehouse has Mikovic Hall back there in the backfield. They hand off to him.
He got a steady diet of handoffs in the first half, and he takes his first one of the second half to the 39 of Jacksonville. So 3rd down and 6. The ball's sitting at the Jacksonville, about the Jacksonville 39-yard line. 2 Wildcat receivers on the right side of the shotgun set, 1 on the left. H-back is on the right side as well. Green rolls right, throws this way to the sideline.
Finds McCoy.
Got to catch. Yeah, that's first down yardage.
First down.
That's right. Sorry, stepping on your lines there, Ryan. But
all good, Aaron.
Yeah,
all good.
The Tulane commit, McCoy. We have not seen him featured tonight like we thought we might, but he is starting to work in and figure into the ball game a little more here. This time, Green going to hand off again. Jacksonville doing a nice job staying home that time. Not much going for Hall, Mikovic Hall. Caden Franklin in on the tackle. Of course, Caden Franklin had 2 blocked extra points last week, and the Dark Chiropractor bone crusher hit of the ball game. This is a pass complete for first down yardage and more into the secondary of Jacksonville and down inside the red zone.
Yeah, Green able to connect with Jackson there again. And it seems like any time that Jackson has had the ball, he finds some way to pick up big yardage.
Yeah, he was able to just find a hole in the zone and sit there and then make his way with a big move. Green on the ground this time, and he fights his way near the Jacksonville 5.
Yeah, Josh Green really running the ball effectively inside the 10. It seems like he's kind of their go-to on that. Like inside the 10, we'll let Josh Green run. And that seems to be the game plan for Whitehouse, and it's paying off. Like it seems like just about every time he does it, he's picking up some good yards.
There he is again, this time to the right side, and he's still moving the pile.
Looks like he's going to get down to about the 2.
Yeah, down inside the 3 to about the 2. Good spot there as he refused to go down. Michael Miles able to finish him off for Jacksonville, but strong runner is Green. Third and very short, 6:12 and counting here in the third quarter. This time it's a handoff, straight ahead, touchdown, Wildcats.
And Mikovic Hall finding the hole there. Whitehouse's offensive line just really making a huge hole for Hall to run that one in for the score.
So 6:04 to go, third quarter. Score now, Whitehouse 46, Jacksonville 14. Extra point attempt is brought to you by our friends at Neighbors Coffee in downtown Jacksonville. The kick is on the way and good. So with 6:04 to go here in the third, the score now, Whitehouse 47, Jacksonville 14. We'll take a short break and come back. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Community is not just a place. It's not just people who live nearby or the name on a city limit sign. No, community is pride. It's support. It's showing up when you're needed without being asked. Community is knowing that you're not alone. It's sharing burdens and successes. Community is beautiful, and community is strong. We've been a community bank for over 100 years, and we've never been more proud to be a part of this community. Austin Bank.
Back live at the historic Tomato Bowl, downtown Jacksonville. Whitehouse leading the Fighting Indians big. Jacksonville needing to get some momentum going. This kick to the near side is fielded cleanly by Coda Kennedy. He gets away from one tackler, but then he's pushed out of bounds right at about the Jacksonville 35. That'll start Fighting Indians again with decent field position. Ryan, got to use it.
Yeah. Jacksonville with their second possession of this second half. And the first one, you get the big stop and then you don't really do anything on offense with it. Got to do something here.
Yeah, I mean, obviously from this point to the end of the ball game, every possession is really a must.
It's really
must
critical.
score.
Yeah.
So this time the handoff straight ahead, good running, hard running.
Jawalen Kennedy.
For Kennedy, yeah.
Going to pick up, looks like 6. Good hard run there from Kennedy.
Yeah, Hayden Ross finally able to bring him down, but not before that big game. So 2nd and 4 now. So we go into the 5.5-minute mark of the third quarter. 2 receivers right, 1 left. This time Kennedy gets the ball again. Stretch play right side, and he is cut down in the backfield. And again, Ryan, I think that's that just the speed of Class 5A football that we've talked about for years, about how you just can't go east and west.
No, and it looks like they're going to give Kennedy about 1, maybe 2 there on that carry. But I mean, the play before, he runs up the middle, good hard run, picks up 6. And
then you try to stretch it, and you see what happens.
Just nothing there.
And so now they go back to the middle. And
It's
get
Jaden Boyd,
he'll
it
get
looks
a few
like on the carry.
Will Boyd.
Looks like he'll pick up one.
We'll stay with us
Fourth and 2.
As long as we can see through these press box windows here at Tomato Bowl.
Yeah, it is kind of getting a little tough to see from up here. 4th and 2 for the Indians.
Yeah, 2 right, 1 left. Go the receivers. H-back right side is Ryan Walker. And Boyd, the back with McCown. And McCown looks to the sideline to get the play. 8 seconds and counting on the play clock. Got to go. 5 now. There's the snap. McCown going to run behind Boyd. Going to spin off a tackler. He's got the Bill McRae Ford first down. Does Ryan McCown. But, of course,
flags
there is a late hit in the back by an Indian player as it's just one of those things, Ryan, where you can understand being just frustrated with a game like this, but you've got to have the restraint to know not to do that.
Yeah, it's a 4th and 2. Your quarterback rolls out and makes a good cut up field and picks up the first down after a good tough run, and then looks like nothing doing. If it is in fact on the Indians,
back, it appeared to be, unless somebody was baited into something. That is the call. Unnecessary roughness. Alexis Martinez just getting his shots in there late and just no call for it. Just doesn't add anything to, I mean, you're down big. You're trying to build momentum. And that's just not the way to do it.
No, so that'll back Jacksonville up. They do get the first down after that run from Ryan McCown. They'll bring up 1st and 10 from the Indians' 36.
So now McCown going to look to throw right side, one-on-one. Incomplete.
Looking for Kendrick Grant over there.
Yeah, first time I think
Nicholas
he's been targeted.
Lyra on defense there for the Wildcats. Going off the helmet of Lyra there.
Lyra, of course, one of those players that was given a personal foul in the first half when the ref was just handing them out all over the place.
Yeah.
And Lyra ended up with one. 2 left, 1 right, go the receivers. The handoff, though, straight ahead. Jaden Boyd will carry the short game.
Jaden Boyd going to pick up 2 there. That'll bring up 3rd and 8 for the Indians.
Ryan Walker will check out, the H-back. We'll see if we can spot. Looks like the Indians are going to go with a 1-back set in the backfield after Walker checks out. So McCowan under pressure now, rolling right, still looking, puts it up.
Good catch there by Jermaine Taylor.
Taylor able to make something out of nothing as McCowan was in trouble.
McCowan there making the throw and getting absolutely smoked.
Yeah, he did.
By one of the Whitehouse guys coming across after him.
Yeah, but he's able to pick up the Bill McRae Ford first down. Jacksonville into Whitehouse territory. Ball sitting now at the Cats' 40-yard line.
Ryan McCowan comes off after that hit. Looks like he's fine. They just pulled him out. We're going to go Wildcat, it looks like.
McEwen, yeah, it looks like we'll take the snap. So opportunity here for a playmaker to touch the ball, and he does McEwen, and up the middle he goes, gets a few. Now everybody's got to disengage once the whistle blows. That's the kind of thing you worry about in a ball game like this, Ryan. We've already seen it bite the Indians a few times.
Yeah, McEwen able to pick up 4 there on that run to the left, tripped up, or he might have been in for another score. There was a lot of daylight in front of him. But gets 4. They'll bring up 2nd and 6. And it looks like McEwen going to stay in at the Wildcat position.
Two receivers each way. Now one in motion, right to left. Handoff is faked, and McEwen will keep, and Whitehouse reads it. Not much there. As Sean Rios does a nice job for the Wildcats staying home.
Yeah, nothing doing there for McEwen.
So 3rd and 7, 1:23 and counting here, third quarter. Jacksonville trailing big, 47-14 the score if you're just joining us.
McCowan checking back in.
Good to see.
At quarterback.
McCowan after he took the big hit, and he'll fire to the right, incomplete.
McCowan looking for McEwen once again. That ball thrown just a little in front of McEwen's feet. That'll bring up 4th and 7. Must convert here for the Indians. In Whitehouse territory. But big play here coming.
Yeah, Jacksonville needs to extend this drive. Obviously cannot afford to give the ball back to the Wildcats. 2 each way go the receivers. McCowan got some time, looks right, throws, almost intercepted, but knocked away, and the Indians turn it over on downs.
Yeah, Ryan McCowan just kind of struggling to connect with his receivers on that drive. He had the one throw where he ran to the Whitehouse sideline and was able to connect with Jermaine, but those the last couple passes that he's tried to get to Devin, just nothing doing.
And so just under a minute to go here in the third. Whitehouse takes over again with the big lead.
Just under a minute here left in the third quarter.
Handoff, stretch play, left side, big run. Check the number on that.
Caldwell Hill
That is
there.
Caldwell Hill, yeah.
Getting the handoff. Looks like he's going to pick up the first down for Whitehouse.
So 45 seconds to go, third quarter. As it looks like another handoff straight ahead. Jacksonville's got to make a tackle. Can they get him? They finally do, but a massive run by Caldwell Hill all the way down to the Fighting Indian 5-yard line. And again, Jacksonville just unable to make tackles when it counts, Ryan.
Yeah, Whitehouse's O-line got a really good push on the defense there, and huge hole for Caldwell Hill.
There's another one, and he's in. Caldwell Hill with a touchdown. Just like a hot knife through butter, that drive was Caleb Caldwell Hill. And so now the extra point, as Whitehouse is past the 50-point mark, and we're not out of the third quarter yet. 53-14 the score. A chance to go up 40 with his extra point, brought to you by Neighbors Coffee. Kick is on the way and good. So just before time expires here in the third, 16 seconds to go. Our score now, Whitehouse 54, Jacksonville 14. We'll take a short break and come back. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Special thanks to the Jacksonville Education Foundation for everything that they do for Jacksonville teachers and students. For more information, please visit jisdfoundation.org.
Dr. Darwin Dar and his staff at Dar Chiropractic specialize in family chiropractic care, exercise rehab, digital x-rays, nutrition and weight loss programs, decompression, and chiropractic wellness care. Located down the street from the Tomato Bowl, Dar Chiropractic. They can help you feel better.
150 years. A lot happens to a town in that amount of time. And that's reason to celebrate. Join us Saturday, October 22nd, and invite your friends, family, and neighbors to come home come downtown and come together to celebrate Jacksonville's 150th birthday.
And we're back live at the historic Tomato Bowl downtown Jacksonville as Whitehouse kicking off to the Fighting Indians. A deep kick this time, fielded cleanly, lots of room to run. Out over the 35.
Big return there by Jermaine Taylor.
There's Taylor, yeah.
Looks like there's a penalty marker down once again. It is getting quite difficult to see.
Yeah, it is. We've got quite a bit of fog here.
Man.
I feel like I'm watching like watching a 49ers game at the old Candlestick Park with the fog rolling in. Call goes against the Fighting Indians.
That'll back the Indians up inside the 20. 1st and 10 from their own 19. 7 seconds left here in this third quarter. Indians trailing. Just need something positive here to end the game on.
Yep. Trips left, one right go the Indian receivers. Is Ryan McCowan needing to try to hit a big play here. He needs some confidence back. Does the Indian signal caller. He's going to hand this one off to the right side, end around running. Nice.
Like
nice
Rolando
work there.
Munoz.
Rolando Munoz. First time we've called his name, as that will be the end of the third quarter. They switch ends here at Tomato Bowl. We'll take a short break. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-Sports.com.
150 years. A lot happens to a town in that amount of time. And that's reason to celebrate. Join us Saturday, October 22nd, and invite your friends, family, and neighbors to come home, come downtown, and come together to celebrate Jacksonville's 150th birthday.
For the past 40 years, Swink Studio of Dance in Jacksonville has provided instruction in classical ballet, tap, jazz, hip-hop, and contemporary dance styles for students age 4 through high school. Select classes for adults and award-winning competition teams are also available. For more information or to enroll a student, contact the studio today and let's dance.
And we're back live at the historic Tomato Bowl downtown Jacksonville. Back to action here. 2nd down and 1 for the Fighting Indians. And this time handoff straight ahead. That'll be good for the Bill McCray Ford first down.
Good running there by Rolando Munoz.
Yeah, getting a chance to
back-to-back run plays.
To see Rolando for the first time this season.
Able to pick up the first down. 1st and 10 from Jacksonville's 32. Every possession critical here in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, and even just from a confidence standpoint.
Yeah.
This game may be over, but you've got to keep going if you're Jacksonville. And if you're Ryan McCowan here, trying to make something happen with his feet, that's a nice gain for him.
Good gain there from Ryan McCowan. Getting up a little gingerly there, it looked like. Almost kind of looked like his cleat got stuck in the ground there when he was trying to slide and unable to do so, but picks up 5. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Yeah, he's taken a few shots in this ball game. You do wonder, and you're a little concerned when you don't have a whole lot of depth at that position.
Mm-hmm. That is for sure.
Trips right, 1 left go the Indian receivers. McCowan drops back, going to load and fire. And he's got his man. That's good for the Bill McRae Ford first down.
McCowan looked like he got hit as he threw, but great ball there, finding Devin McEwen over on this right sideline. Good for a first down and into Whitehouse territory. Ball's going to be spotted at about the Whitehouse 31, 1st and 10 for the Indians.
Yeah, Devin McEwen making a case to possibly be the Jacksonville Offensive Player of this ball game. 2 receivers each way, 1 back. It's the handoff. And down inside the red zone now go the Fighting Indians.
Good run there from Jaden Boyd. Able to hit the hole and get upfield for a good Bill McRae Ford first down.
Yeah. Jaden can hit the hole with a lot of force, as we've talked about. There's a lot of momentum behind a guy that size when he gets the top speed. And you saw it right there.
1st and 10 from the Whitehouse 18.
Boyd will stay in as the back with McCown. He will fake the handoff with McCown. He'll keep running around right in. He's inside the 10 and steps out of bounds at the 7 of Whitehouse. A smart move there. He had the Bill McRae Ford first down, so he stepped out to avoid a big hit.
1st and goal for the Indians from the Whitehouse 7. Need to get this one in the end zone.
And Jacksonville looking to finish off a drive here. Get some confidence going.
Pitch to McEwen.
Yeah, McEwen coming around from the right to the left. Flags come in after the play. He's down inside the 5 is McEwen.
Down to about the 3. Let's see what the call is. Holding on the offense. Not sure where the holding was there, but that is the call. Go back Jacksonville up. To about the 13.
So now McCowan looks to fire into the end zone.
Finds Jermaine
He's
Taylor
got him.
in the
Touchdown,
end zone.
Jacksonville.
Great throw there from Ryan McCowan. Able to connect with Jermaine over in the corner of the end zone. Big touchdown there for the Indians. Good way to cap off that drive.
So now the extra point attempt brought to you by Neighbors Coffee, downtown Jacksonville on Main Street. The kick is up, and it is good. So with 9:04 to go in regulation, the score now, Whitehouse 54, Jacksonville 21. We'll take a short break and come back. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Since 1953, Hubert Glass Oil has been serving East Texans the finest automotive fuels and lubricants. Hubert Glass Oil Company, the clear solution for your business.
When life throws you a curveball, give it to the guy who can knock it out of the park.
A high drive to right, sending Ludwig back. It's gone! Micah Hoffpower.
Call Micah Hoffpower at Texas Farm Bureau for all of your life, auto, and home insurance needs.
And we are back live at the historic Tomato Bowl, downtown Jacksonville. 9:04 to go in regulation. Jacksonville back on the board, and with a scoring drive summary for the Fighting Indians. Here again is Todd Travis. Todd?
It was an 8-play drive, covered 81 yards, finishing with a touchdown, making the score Indians 21, Wildcats 54.
Jacksonville needing another big stop to keep things going. This is a high pop up to the far side. It's caught. And was there a fair catch there? It's just starting to fog up here, guys. I didn't have a good eye on that one.
I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
that's the call. I think what happened is he called the fair catch. He made the catch, but then he tried to run. Of course, once you signal for the fair catch, you're not able to do that. Two receivers to the left, one to the right, one back. The handoff is to the back, and good pursuit from the Fighting Indians. A big hit. And there's a Fighting Indian down. Will need some attention. So as they attend to him, we'll step away shortly. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-Sports.com.
As ETMC joins the UT Health family, we're bringing a new vision of healthcare to East Texas, where the brightest minds in academics and medicine work together to treat the most complex health challenges and improve lives, where access to world-class medicine and cutting-edge technology will bring health, hope, and a brighter tomorrow. We are UT Health East Texas, advancing healthcare together.
Dr. Darwin Dar and his staff at Dar Chiropractic specialize in family chiropractic care, exercise rehab, digital x-rays, nutrition and weight loss programs, decompression, and chiropractic wellness care. Located down the street from the Tomato Bowl, Dar Chiropractic. They can help you feel better.
And we're back live, 8:43 to go in regulation. Whitehouse leading Jacksonville big. The Indians needing a stop here. Need the ball back.
That they do. 2nd and 11 for Whitehouse from their own 31. Josh Green still in the game for Whitehouse.
Yeah, taking his time to get the play from the sideline. And, yeah, that's surprising to me, Ryan. This is a 33-point ball game in the third. But Green stays in, and he will hand off straight ahead.
J. Ron Williams.
Yeah, Williams not able to do much there. The Indians doing a nice job plugging the hole in the middle, Ryan.
No gain on that play. They'll bring up 3rd and 11.
Just going to give a shout out to the Jacksonville Fighting Indian Band trombone players. I would have already taken a trombone in the head twice doing this routine that they're doing here on this near sideline. It's pretty exciting. They're much more coordinated than I've ever thought of being.
I feel like that's one of those that would be really easy to go the wrong way.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 right, 1 left go the receivers. Talking about going the wrong way. The handoff is to the right side, and the Indians are all over it.
All over that one. J. Ron Williams going to lose some yards on that play. Coda Kennedy with the stop for the Indians. Loss of 3 on the play. That'll bring up 4th and 14 for Whitehouse. And once again, we see Bo Benson in the game for Whitehouse, back to punt it away.
I mean, he's got to be the early season leader for Texas football name of the year. Bo Benson.
Oh.
Punt is away and takes a big Wildcat roll down inside.
Coda Kennedy almost getting there to block that punt. Devin McEwen just kind of shoves it out of bounds, as it did not appear to be bouncing out. And with that, Jacksonville will get the ball back. Good stop there for the Indian defense. And that'll bring up 1st and 10 for the Indians from their own 32-yard line.
And they apologize, folks, but if you were sitting in the press box here, you would know what we mean when we say that the fog has rolled in. It is. Now, we do have the monitor with Lee Traylor's excellent Tomato Bowl video feed. So I'll just, Ryan, I may look over your shoulder
Go
here
ahead.
for a minute. But they do a fantastic job, the JHS Media Department. Got to shout them out while we're at it. So 1st and 10 for Jacksonville.
Good field position after the penalty on Whitehouse.
Ball
there.
sitting at the 47 of Jacksonville. McCown going to air this one out the near side, and
Trying
it's
to
knocked
connect
away.
with Jermaine Taylor, unable to bring that one down.
Yeah, great coverage over here on this side by this corner.
They'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Indians from their 47. 6:21 and counting here. Ryan McCown going to fumble the snap there, it looks like, unable to get the handoff, but Jaden Boyd able to jump on that and maintain possession for the Indians. Not quite sure what happened there. Just looked like he wasn't quite able to handle the snap, and luckily Jaden Boyd jumping back on that one. Loss of a couple on the play. We'll bring up 3rd and 12.
Yeah, 5:42 and counting here as McCowan drops back, rolls right, still looking, firing to the near sideline. Is it a catch?
He called it incomplete.
No, just incomplete as
McCowan was under a lot of pressure there, able to make a good throw.
Yeah, Jermaine
Taylor.
Taylor.
Looked like Jermaine caught that.
It
in
did,
bounds.
and he sure got up trying to convince the official that he had made the catch, had Jermaine, but
I can guarantee you he's got a better vantage point than we do
yes,
down there. But should look like a catch from up here.
May have to take a picture of this window and put on our JHS Sports Radio Facebook page just so folks know exactly what it is that we're talking about, because obviously you're watching Lee Traylor's fantastic video feed and you're thinking it's crystal clear, it's beautiful, which it is. But when you try to look through these windows, folks.
That incomplete pass brings up 4th down. That'll send Davey Smith in to punt it away for the Indians.
See if Smith can get a hold of another good one. This one's high.
Hits and has
short,
a little bit of a Whitehouse bounce to it there, and Whitehouse will take over at their 33.
$5:20 to go in regulation. Folks, be sure to join us next week. Same time, same channel.
Same place?
Same place, yes, indeed, as the Fighting Indians welcome the Crandall Pirates here to Tomato Bowl. This is a handoff straight ahead. Jacksonville doing a nice job bottling up the runner that time. But yes, it'll be Jacksonville and Crandall in week 3 here at Tomato Bowl. First kick scheduled for 7:30. Of course, we'll be on the air at 6:45 with our countdown to kickoff. Go under 5 minutes left in this one as the Jacksonville Fighting Indian Band goes into their traditional rendition of Hey Baby, originally recorded by Jacksonville native Bruce Chanel. Handoff straight ahead this time, lots of room to run, and a Wildcat first down.
Good run there by Caldwell Hill
again, yeah.
Picks up 12 on that play. Gets them out to the Whitehouse 45. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats.
I know we said we weren't going to do trivia this week with Matt Montgomery out, so don't consider this an unofficial trivia question, Ryan. When Bruce Chanel recorded Hey Baby, there was a guy that played harmonica on that record.
Okay.
Do you know who that was?
No, I have absolutely no idea. Do you know who that was? No, not a clue. Okay.
Delbert McClinton joined Bruce Chanel on this record. Delbert McClinton, legend.
What a name.
Legend of the Texas music scene in his own right. 3:18 and counting here in regulation. Our score, Whitehouse 54, Jacksonville 21. Tough night for the blue and gold as they look to go to 0-2 on the season. But this time, the defense makes a nice play as the Wildcats try to stretch the play left to right, rather. Jaron Williams with the carry, not much going for him.
Bring up 3rd and 10 for Whitehouse.
I just got a text, guys. Just got a text from Coach Rudy Jaramillo about the trivia question. And Rudy says, you got to give me time to answer. And so I apologize, Rudy. I'm sure you had Delbert McClinton on the tip of your tongue there, buddy. My apologies. 2 left, 1 right. Big run to the left side this time. Jacksonville got to make a tackle here.
New quarterback in for Whitehouse.
Yeah, we'll see if
Looks
we
like
can
Jaden Starks there.
Yeah, first carry for him, and boy, a big one.
Whitehouse with some strong running quarterbacks here. We've seen 2 tonight, Josh Green and now Jaden Starks. Both have had a pretty good night running so far.
Okay, Rudy, I got another question for you. Since I know you're listening, the Fighting Indian Band just started playing Wabash Cannonball. Wabash Cannonball is one of the fight songs for a college band that has a connection to the Whitehouse Wildcats. Can you name the band in college whose songbook includes Wabash Cannonball, and your clue is they've got a connection to the Whitehouse Wildcats? Give you all the time you need, Rudy. Go down inside 1 minute here in regulation as we
Where did you pull that from?
get set.
Oh, my goodness.
There's so much useless information. Just ask my wife. She'll tell you. Starks running with this one to the right side.
Nothing
Gets
doing.
about 3.
Jacksonville on the good defensive
Yeah,
play
Michael
there.
Miles with another
I think he
stop.
actually may have lost a yard on that run.
We have called Michael Miles' name quite a few times tonight. He makes another nice stop.
That'll do it.
Rudy Jaramillo says they're both Wildcats. That is true. I need to know the school, Coach Jaramillo. You've still got a little bit of time. So that will do it for this game. Final score, Whitehouse 54, Jacksonville 21. And with the loss, Jacksonville drops to 0-2 on the season. Whitehouse improves to 2-0. So, Todd, let us know when you're ready, and we'll bring you back in for the post-game stats brought to you by Randy Gorham CPA. Randy, of course, your hometown CPA since 1984. And while you're getting ready, I've got an answer from Rudy Jaramillo. He says Kansas State plays Wabash Cannonball, and he is correct. The connection is not only are Kansas State and Whitehouse both the Wildcats, they both use the Power Cat logo as well. Nice job, Rudy. So, Todd, let's break down the post-game stats for a game that just got out of hand, didn't it?
It sure did. Our Indians finished the game with 45 plays on offense for 299 yards, with 171 yards passing and 128 yards rushing. Quarterback Ryan McCowan had 7 completions on 17 attempts for 171 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Receiving tonight, McEwen had 3 catches for 128 yards and a touchdown. Jermaine Taylor had 2 catches for 35 yards and a touchdown. Kennedy had 1 for 5, and Johnson had 1 catch for 3 yards. Rushing tonight, Kennedy had 5 carries for 30 yards. Boyd had 7 for 29 and 1 touchdown. McCowan had 8 carries for 25 yards. McEwen had 4 for 20 yards. And Taylor had 2 carries for 11. Who did we say number 11? I don't have his name in here. What was that?
11 is
that's
Rolando
Munoz. Rolando, yeah.
There you go. He had 2 carries for 13 yards. What else do you want to look at?
So a tough night, Todd, for the home team. And have you run down Whitehouse individually? Sorry, I was looking at our post-game awards.
Did we cover the awards?
No, I was just about to get to those. Just checking through those. Just wanted to make sure you
I'll give
gotten
you
everything
summary
covered.
for Whitehouse.
There you
real
go.
Quick, then.
There you go.
They had 69 plays on offense for 465 yards, with 245 yards passing and 220 yards rushing. So pretty balanced.
Yeah.
Offensive output for them.
Yeah, we started to get that feeling at halftime that they really seemed to be balanced, and they just carried that through the rest of the night, didn't they?
They did. And one thing we talked about at halftime was turnovers, and we finished the night with 3 turnovers compared to Whitehouse, no turnovers tonight, and that was a huge difference for us there in the first half.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, once again, we'd like to thank Randy Gorham for sponsoring all of our statistics all season. Randy, of course, your hometown CPA, and he has been since 1984. He's also current mayor of Jacksonville, does a fantastic job in that capacity as well. So we'd like to thank Randy for his support of Fightin' Indian football. And now I want to hand out our post-game awards. First, our player of the game, which is sponsored by Congratulations Awards and Engraving. Of course, Congratulations provides a custom-made trophy each week to the recipient of the player of the game. And this week, that player make sure I had this right, the consensus, guys, on that one. Yeah, that's going to be Devin McEwen, of course. Who else on that 92-yard touchdown reception? So Devin McEwen, the Congratulations player of the game. I'd like to, again, thank Congratulations for their support of the play of the game. I've said player of the game there. That is the Congratulations play of the game, and it's the 92-yard touchdown pass from Ryan McCowan to Devin McEwen. Thanks again to Congratulations Awards and Engraving. Now, for the offensive player of the game, brought to you by Austin Bank. Austin Bank has been your hometown bank, owned and operated locally and family-owned since 1900. The offensive player of the game, Devin McEwen. We talked about in the pregame that he was a playmaker, could make an impact. He certainly did that tonight. So he is the offensive player of the game. Thank you to Austin Bank for sponsoring that award, as well as the defensive player of the game, a guy whose name we called a lot tonight. That's linebacker Michael Miles, guys, as he seemed to be in on a majority of the tackles tonight. So Michael Miles, the defensive player of the game. Thank you to Austin Bank also for sponsoring that award as well, and for all their support of Fighting Indian football throughout the season. And last but not least, the Bone Crusher hit of the game. If your body needs an adjustment, like some of the Wildcats might need after being hit by this guy, Dr. Darwin Dar at Dar Chiropractic is your hometown chiropractor. He's just down the street from the Tomato Bowl, and he'd be glad to help you out. The Bone Crusher hit of the game, sponsored by Dar Chiropractic, also goes to Michael Miles. Not only was he making a lot of tackles, he was making a lot of hard tackles, guys. And as we said, if your body needs an adjustment, call Dr. Darwin Dar with Dar Chiropractic. And we thank him also for his support of Fighting Indian football. So that'll just about do it from here at the historic Tomato Bowl, as Jacksonville comes up short in this rivalry game with the Whitehouse Wildcats. But they'll try to reload, the Fighting Indians, and return back here to Tomato Bowl next Friday night to take on the Crandall Pirates. Kickoff set for 7:30. We'll be live with the countdown to kickoff at 6:45. So for Todd Travis, Ryan Travis, and on behalf of Matt Montgomery, who we hope to have back with us next week, this has been Aaron Swink saying thanks for listening to Fighting Indian Football on JHS-Sports.com. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll see you back here next Friday.